That ain't cool.
Jude is out sick today, so Cody might be here like 12:15-ish for us.
Jason, don't forget it's Mother's
Okay, yeah, I saw he's already out there.
He's already out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Don't forget it's Mother's Day this weekend. She gets something for Katie.
Not nice.
Yeah, she's a stepmom to your kids. We just get her some flowers.
Your other boyfriend can get him for
She's taking care of his kids too.
Barbecue sauce, bacon, that like fried chicken strips. Do I have time to pee?
Yeah.
I love that t-shirt.
action, a scintillating bloodbath of malicious fury, evil, cannabis, interesting thing, awesome radio.
Andrew, I'm running this rap success. John Matthews is scared shit bliss. His adult diaper's full of piss. My draws are clean and spotless. Watch John stumble clueless while I lyrically play chess.
It's the Jason Ellis Show with Jason Ellis. Michael Tully.
Maybe you'd perk up if I fucked you.
Andrew Bruce.
All's good in my part of the neighborhood.
Kevin Kraft.
I mean, I still have dreams about blowing myself in public.
And Will Pendarvis.
Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis. How's it going up?
Jason Ellis. This is the Jason Ellis Show.
Hey, welcome to the shit. That's a good song. I mean, that's not. I mean, that's cool music. Guess it's not really a song. Talking usually. It's a good song. Don't know who wrote that. It's like an orchestra, I think, right? It's got to be, right? I mean, we can't play that.
That's a horn.
Right? Or do you think it was a DJ that made it?
Well, but DJs don't really make anything. Well,
I really like that comment.
Well, I just mean
I would wear that
there's-
T-shirt if it was for sale.
There's two different ways. Well, it depends on how you mean make. Like, if you're sampling something, then you are making something, but you did not assemble the raw materials.
Right. Well, I know.
You know? And then there's the other thing of where, I guess, boy, if you just went in a computer and wrote a symphony and then had a whole bunch of computer violins play it, I don't think that's any more, less, or real than if you wrote a symphony and handed it off to the London Philharmonic. Either way, you didn't play the thing yourself, but you did make the music.
Yeah.
You created the music.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to
Had to
think
be
of
an original, right?
I'm just trying to think of what the instrumentation is on that. Well, I'm sure it was original. It's probably original. I think there are some times where movie music is... It was actually written for... I've definitely caught a couple times movie music that I know was actually... Oh, that was that music in that other movie.
Oh, wow.
Somebody's
Oh,
just
yeah,
using it
yeah.
again. That happens. That Edward Scissorhands theme, man, fuck.
They use that everywhere?
Got knocked off so many times, and also was... I definitely saw at least 2 previews that were just flat out... Ooh, and I'm like, wow, you can just do that?
Oh, yeah, that thing, yeah.
That was fucking hot.
Everybody just took that?
It was so goddamn good.
Did Trent Reznor make that?
No, Danny Elfman from Oingo Boingo made that.
Wow!
Yeah.
Oingo Boingo.
I know. It's quite a bit better than Oingo Boingo.
Yeah.
For starters.
Right?
Danny Elfman did all of the critical Tim Burton stuff. He did that. He did the Pee-wee's Playhouse. I'm sorry. I don't know if he did the Pee-wee's Playhouse theme. He did the Pee-wee's Big Adventure stuff.
Dang.
You know, classic. He did the Batman stuff that wasn't Prince in the first Batman movie. Is that Batman?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Danny Elfman is fucking incredible. And he's done like 17 trillion other movies. He doesn't... There's like 2 Danny Elfman score composers. There's Danny Elfman doing Danny Elfman, and then there's just like Danny Elfman doing typical movie music.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll catch shit and you wouldn't. Like, I think he did at least one of the Planet of the Apes.
Right.
And nobody's going, ooh, because he's versatile.
Who's Jurassic Park? Who did those riffs?
I would have to guess John Williams, who's the guy who did Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are pretty Tom's riffage.
There's 2 or 3 super mega bangers, and then the rest of them just do shit that fades into the background.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
Right.
Who did Jaws?
I think that's John Williams. I know that's John Williams, because you can see John Williams do that live at the Hollywood Bowl every year. Still, he does an end of summer.
Shut the fuck, Texas.
Yeah, dude.
He does Jaws.
Yeah.
Damn.
He'll be out there doing a bunch. He's not like, you know, he has to preserve his own sanity. He does shit that's not just. It's like any major legacy artist. He can't just get up and do the hits because that's all people want from him for 50 fucking years. But yeah, he'll be doing some
it's
other
his
like
life too, Michael.
he'll be doing some cool orchestra stuff, and then I know where it'll be like dun dun, and everyone's like, whoa! Like, I went to that concert one time, fucking over an hour in, the fucking with no introduction, the orchestra starts playing the Imperial Death March.
Yeah.
And
wait, Will came in.
2,000 lightsabers went up in the sky.
Fuck Texas.
Because
sorry,
every
that's
single
not what I mean.
fucking person there had just been waiting for that.
I'm just picking words, ladies and gentlemen. I love Texas. I would go to that. Except there's children there, right?
It's a family event.
I hate children.
I know. just
Did
here
this
for
song?
Jesus. I think he did it.
Fuck!
Right? Star Wars. He just bowed
Like,
out.
it's only good if it's the orchestra. Like, I don't want to hear this in your fucking CD player, you know? Like, or on your let me get it or not. Fuck off. But the orchestra really ripping this up, I would go.
It's crazy.
I didn't really care that much about Star Wars.
It's kind of right up there with when... I don't know.
God, I'm old. Why would I go to that?
It's a little bit
I'm not going.
the same like if you see the Eagles on stage and they start playing Hotel California and you realize these are actual notes, these are actual chords, this guy does this while that guy does that, and these are the guys who did it.
Yeah.
Only this is the next level because we...
Wait, we did that, didn't we? Did you do that?
What?
Did you go see them?
The Eagles, I did not go see the Eagles.
Because that's what happened.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you're right.
It happens
I don't
every
wanna,
time they play.
I don't want to... Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I interviewed their bass player, and that's what he said. And I actually believed him when he said that he takes inspiration from the fact of knowing that there's always somebody out there that's never seen Hotel California. It doesn't matter how tired I am of Hotel California.
Yeah.
Somebody's mind is fucking blown right now, and it does that knowledge alone keeps it a little bit fresh for him, and I believe that.
Yep.
I totally believe that. But the thing is, we all play guitar. Many people have at one point been in a room where one guy's fucking around on drums and one guy's singing. We kind of get how rock music is made. There's that whole other level when you see an orchestra do the Imperial Death March. You kind of forget that human beings ever actually made that.
Yep. Yeah, I would actually go see that. You know what? I was talking to fucking Katie last night about waterbeds for some reason. And, like, where did they go?
They're
Because
still around.
I don't think you can get waterbeds anymore.
There are many leases, and this is probably an antiquated thing, but in every lease I've ever signed in Los Angeles, they make you disclose whether or not you have a waterbed because of the potential water damage it could cause.
Yeah. But you can get them still?
Yeah.
What about water chairs? What about a water beanbag? That's what I was thinking of last night. Could you make a water bed where you sit in it? So
like
you can play video games, but you sit in a bag of water.
Like a water lazy boy is what you're
Yeah.
for.
Do they have that?
Yes.
No, they don't. Wait, that's a bag of water? Wait.
Water bean bag.
Yeah, because I don't want any beans. I want water.
No, it's a water bean bag. And I think that could mean two different things. That could be a bean bag that you can take in a pool.
Right, and that's not what I want.
No,
See,
no.
they don't make it. No one's done it.
Water bean bag chair. I thought we were already looking at one.
Nope. Nope, that's not it, bruh. That's a bean bag that goes in the water.
We're seeing a lot of water-resistant
Yes.
chairs.
Yep. No bean bags full of water.
Well, you're gonna need something to support the back, or else you can't be a chair.
Well, how's that possible when a bean bag can do it?
Because a beanbag has ultimately more structure than water.
But couldn't you shape...
Beans beat water every single
But
time.
couldn't you... Don't, how dare you. Couldn't you shape the bag where you could just sort of posture... Like, you know, I mean, you could...
That's what I mean. You would need some sort of structure inside of it. Now, I could imagine a scenario, for example, where you put...
A rubber water beanbag.
Well,
you know?
some sort... Well, just simply if you had some sort of post holding up the okay, what would you call this? Like here... and here all the way down. So the back
frame.
The frame. The right side of the back of
right,
a chair.
Something holding it all in. So when you sit in it,
side,
you're sitting in water.
So you're guaranteed that the bit behind your head is going to remain in the air and not fall over, but everything else is completely fluid.
Yeah.
I wonder if
it's never been done.
If just having those two poles holding that would create the tension where as soon as you lean back, you'd have the bed closing in around your face.
Yeah, I mean that is, and then I thought, waterbeds. If you're like someone like me that's got a lot of injuries, do I wake up from sleeping in a waterbed completely trashed?
Yeah, not very firm.
Right? Like you're just annihilated from that shit, right? Like if you're not 18, you wake up like, oh, what the fuck?
Probably.
How could you get a
right?
How do you get the right?
Well,
I don't know.
See,
or am I wrong? Or is
I
it like, wow, best sleep ever?
I'm pretty sure that if I slept, like, let's just say if you had a flotation device for a pool,
yeah,
that was
what's that water thing, Andrew? You just showed me
water-filled chair.
Yeah, bullshit. It's a
small waterbed.
Yep.
Because nobody can figure out can crack how to
exactly, Michael.
The back support.
Exactly. And when you do, you will be the man that has the water chair. The real water chair.
Can you scroll back up? Hydro massage lounge.
Doing the best
chair.
I can here, ladies and gentlemen.
How much water is that? Like, what's the proportion of water to chair?
Bullshit. Wait a minute. Wait. Fucking... It's a recliner chair, so
it's like they have the
you
shell.
could sit in back and it could be feeling watery, but
yeah.
This is like a massage chair.
No, I
bullshit.
Let's just say that you don't have the massage thing going, so you have the backing frame of a chair. You have the entire shell of a recliner, but then all of what would be the cushiony bit on a chair appears to be potentially watery. You don't have to enable the massage thing. It's just got water running throughout the cushion, right? See, I don't even
put the price of this thing.
Right.
Bullshit artist.
And I'm really not sure if I had a flotation device that was so wide that there was no way I was going to roll off of it. I've taken some really satisfying naps.
Yes, a nap.
Pool.
Okay, yes, a nap bed.
So if it was so big that I just knew I wasn't going to fall off of it, and if I was warm enough and all, like if I had an indoor pool.
Yeah.
Right? Let's just say I have like an indoor, like the exercise pool, so it's really tiny. You know, the one that you can't move back or forward.
Yeah.
And then I got a flotation device that fit in that perfectly. There was no way to roll. The only way to roll off of it would be to roll out of the entire pool.
Yeah.
I believe I get a good night's sleep on.
What about this? They've got floaty tent beds. Do you know that? They've got
so it's got a cover
tent.
on it?
It's a tent that floats in the lake.
Yeah.
And you zip it up and you're in there and you sleep at night floating in a tent.
The whole night?
Bed. Yeah.
Tents get very warm, but otherwise I'm intrigued.
Yeah. I'm
really
more into the floaty couch bed thing. Oh, shit. Well, better turn some cameras on. Fucking... I think we've got a superstar arsehole coming in, Michael.
We do.
I heard you were talking smack and you wanted to fight him.
Yeah,
I said I don't recommend it, Michael. Back off, all right?
It's not worth saying to his face because we all know he doesn't want any piece of this.
He's a ducker. He's always been a ducker.
Guys,
how's it going, mate?
How you doing?
All right. What's up, Cody?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Rocking the On It. It's one of my favorite hoodies.
Yep. I'm completely decked out in this shit right now. It's my Cody Garbrandt trying to put headphones on.
Doing the DC, it's beating my ass. And when he was done interviewing, he was doing the.
Oh, okay.
The core was all around him, kept like the whole time. It's hilarious. Saw a little gif of it.
How are you, man?
I'm great, man. It's
Yeah?
the last day of the media tour. Went coast to coast, New York. Now we're in LA. You know, finishing up with your show. So saw that I was on the schedule. I was like, all right, my man.
Yeah. So, books, because I've had a book. That's a lot. Doing a lot of press. But, I mean, you're UFC. You've done this before. It doesn't tap you out? Or
Not really.
does
You
it?
know, it's different this time. I don't have a fight coming up. You know, usually it's the week of the fight where it's loaded with media and cutting weight. Have to stop the train. And
Okay, so it kind of be easier then.
easier. Yeah, I had Uriah come down. He flew down Wednesday.
How's he doing?
Great, man. He's retired. Just works out when he wants. He's still in great shape. Still pushes the pace. I mean, that guy's just a lifelong martial artist. So
Right.
come down here and push me. You know, he's like, we were on the treadmill doing sprints this morning at 7 a.m. You know.
No way.
Took a flight back to SAC. We got some of our up and comer pros that are fighting on the Combat America show
Okay.
tonight here in Sacramento. So he flew back up. Man, he's just does it all, man.
Right, he does, huh? He supports the fuck out of you, though, huh?
Man, through and through, man. Ever
Right.
since I first came out there on the team, and he asked me what I wanted to do, I said I'm going to become a world champion. I was 1-0, covered in tats. He was like staring at me like, all right, look at this guy,
Right.
you know. And he believed in me since the beginning.
So, the fight is you do have a fight coming up. It's just not that soon.
10
but you do
weeks.
it right. So that's but you got that. That
Got
was
that,
like a thing that I felt like somebody else was just like, yeah, you're gonna have to wait like I had to wait. So how'd that feel when you got that rematch? You must be pretty pumped, yeah.
Yeah, I was just excited to get back into the octagon. You know,
Right.
I'm healthy now, so like the passion in there and the hunger was there. But now my health and my mental state is just going to be so much different going into this fight. You know?
Why's that?
I'm healthy. You know, it's hard to put myself into training and the visualization of getting in the octagon because I was just focused on getting healthy. I wasn't healthy going into the fight. And
What was hurt?
my back, I
Oh,
flew
okay.
around the world with all these miracle shots that were going to heal it. I tore my back and had some disc problems. And we did stem cells, and we went to Germany and did this week-long treatment where I was getting shots, you know, like 12 shots a day in my
Yeah.
back. And, you know, it was just...
And did that work?
I mean, I ended up, you know, talking to the doctor out there, and I said, hey, they want me to fight in like 6 weeks. He's like, oh, he's like, man, we wouldn't, you know, be training hard for another 6 to 8 months. You know, my recommendation. I was like, all right. So I listened to him and, you know, kind of just let the process go. I went back to rehab, and I found a great PT, Russ Dunning, at Kind Performance, and
A great what?
a physical therapist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And real quick, the
PT.
Germany thing, is that the blood spinning?
It was vaginal-kind therapy, some
Uh-huh.
kind of a formality of that, some kind of...
Yeah, because they seem to be the world capital of that. I don't know why Germans are so good at spinning blood.
Yeah, it's
but
supposed to like mix the blood with anti-inflammatory and shot it in the sacrum joints, and supposed to get the inflammation out of there, will help heal faster. But he said it'll take a process. You know, there's the shelf life of those shots as well. They told me I was going to be good after a stem cell shot in Vegas. I did that, and they're like, "Oh, you'll be good. Take a month off and fight in 4 weeks." Like, you guys gotta understand, I train as hard as I fight. You know, I train harder almost. You know, so I put my body through the ringer. Like, is my back gonna hold up? They're like, "Oh, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine." Took a month off. You know, getting engaged. You know,
Wait, in 1 month you thought that stem cell in your back was going to completely heal your back. Is
that's
that what he
they were
said?
telling me. Yeah.
Because I'm getting stem cells soon, and they did not tell me that in a month you'll be completely fine. They were like, you know, take a little bit, and then the more I read into it, the more it's like, if it's like a main thing where you put a lot of weight on it, you're not supposed to be on that shit. I just thought my executive producer just got out of stem cell in his knees, and they're like, the problem with on your knees because you walk on them all the time.
Right.
So like for you to get stem cell and then train and fight in a month, I don't see how that you gave it time to heal.
That's what I did. And I talked to Joe Rogan. He was like, "Dude, you gotta have this time to heal. You gotta,
Right.
you know, you have to let the shots do the work."
Right.
And I was like, "I'm listening to UFC doctors. You know, this is what they told me to do. A month off." So I took a month off, came back. I got the fight. You know, with TJ in July. Tried to push for it. I was in 2 days in training, and then by the third day, I woke up and couldn't even walk. And I was like, calling my manager Ali. I'm like, "Hey, you know, I'm not one to complain, but there's something seriously wrong." And you know, we reached out to the UFC. That didn't work. And then Dana was like, "All right, we're gonna go to Germany." And went to Germany and just let the shots do its work. And told him, like, I can't take this fight. It was hard for me to pull out a fight. Never had to pull out a fight in my life, but never had a serious injury like this. I was out for a whole year with head trauma. I broke my hand in my pro debut, and then I had a symptom of vertigo from.
First time I met you, you told me about that stuff. They had to break down the crystals or some
Yep.
shit in the side of your head.
Crazy. I mean,
No, I remember looking in your eyes when you were telling me that story, and I was like, That's me trying. I think I was about to have another. I'm like, I'm trying to get a taste of what you guys are doing. I'm like, no, never gonna be as hard as this motherfucker across from the table. I remember thinking, and myself and Tully both, when you left, we were like, did you hear that story about the crystals in his head?
Yeah, that was at the UFC. Was that Long Beach?
The forum.
Yeah,
it was
he
forum.
seemed to,
I
remember he seemed to handle that story pretty well. Michael was just like, yep, that's the breaks. And I was like, that would be the end for me if I had to break down crystals in the side of my brain.
It sucked. It was hard. I went to UPMC with Dr. Collins, who actually went to high school with Dana White. And the NFL, Roger Goodell came in and tracked my progress and all that, And I felt good. It was a 5-month...
Wait, Roger Goodell?
Yeah. Came in. They were doing a concussion program. They baseline test in to see what was going on with the players that had problems with these concussions, CTE. And I did 4 months, and they were like, wow, I did it every single day because I lived in Pittsburgh. So I went there to the UPMC and did drills and did all my rehab that I needed to do with these doctors. And then did the vestibular therapy. And they tracked my progress, and I baseline test out. My results were off the charts from where it started at, from my reaction time, remembering things, everything. And Roger Goodell came in. He's like, how comfortable do you feel that you can go in there and take a blow and keep fighting? I was like, I feel great, man. Like, we'll see, And I was, that's at that time in my life, I was 1-0. I finally pro, and this, this knockout punch comes at me. I'm like, man, I finally get some good mojo going and break my hand in my fight. I had to have a plate put in it right after. Then this happened, getting ready for my next fight. So I was like, man, I was out a whole year almost, and I finally went to Team Alpha Male. And I was like, went out there for a week and I had a fight a week later, so I was out shelved for a whole year. And I was like, finally, I'm not wasting any more time. I'm just going to go out there and do it, and haven't looked back since then.
How did Team Alpha Male make you, do you think that...
A savage?
What you want? You seem like you were a savage before that. Like, they must have refined your technique to the point where you're not getting clipped like you were, right? Like, something happened, something changed.
I think they have the recipes for success and just everything, the lifestyle that they lived, the training, obviously how they mesh everything so well. Martial arts, you have to have it all. You have to be superior in all the martial arts forms. So they just had the teaching, the practices. It was like a college wrestling room, but blended into MMA. You really have these practices at this, and it was ran at this certain time and technique, and you would learn this, you would go the next week, and you would just add on. So I think just really, man, like before I got out to Alpha Male, I was just sparring, fighting. I would come in shape, and I had that fighter heart, and then they, just showed me how to add my skill a little bit sharper into school skills with those dudes.
Because you're always really fast, right?
Yeah, I've always been fast.
Because I feel like the videos, because I'm friends with Dom, and I remember watching videos of you hitting pads before that fight, and I was like, man, I don't know if, I'm not, like I don't have the eagle eye, but I'm like, he seems faster than pretty much anybody I've ever seen hit pads. Every time, because I follow Team Alpha Man, I'm like, dude, this seems pretty gnarly. And then I think your footwork and hand speed. At one point, before my fight, my coach taught me when I'm stepping back, I move off to the left and catch him with the left hook, and then follow the person. And when I started following the person for more strikes, I started to feel like I was a big fat old you. And someone even interviewed. I swear, I'm not lying, dude. Dave, the voice boss, another guy that has a show, he was like, what do you think your style's like in MMA? Because he's like, you're really going to have this fight. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, so who do you like? And I'm like, what do you mean, what's my style? He's like, who do you look like in the big show? And I was like, I look like a fat old Cody Garbrandt, but I don't. It turns out I don't at all. But just because I know that you got tons of that the boxing shit and all those angles. Do you have to get? That fight, the last fight, you caught him, then TJ catches you. Yeah. You guys are having an angle off party with. Is there? Are you like that was a lucky shot? Because he's been in here saying, it was only a matter of time, and I'm like, I get that, but was it only a matter of time before? You knocked him out pretty much. If the bell didn't go,
right, he was saved by the bell, and he was walking back. But that's.
But it's fair. You're both even. Yeah, is there back to the? Are you like?
Look at the whole first round. That dude couldn't hold my jock strap, and that's coming off the couch of injury. You know what I mean? If I was able to stay focused and have a whole healthy training camp, I would have did that the first round all the way through the fifth round.
See that, the whole the back injury things. That fight is you're talking about all that back shit, and then you had that fight. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
that's how
I was
you
literally trying to get healthy to fight this guy.
Right. So
he's sitting there just. Getting better. He should have beat my ass in that fight.
But it's insane to think that you can be that hurt and fight for all the marbles, and not. It's kind of weird. I can understand like you having to do that, especially now that I hear that Dana White cut somebody for not wanting to fight somebody that was an up and coming guy. You have to take it, right? Because otherwise he's not gonna have your side anymore.
Well, look,
Did you feel that?
Well, I didn't want to pull out a fight. Keep pulling out a fight. I was, had to keep.
Just for your sake or for everybody's sake? Did you feel?
For my sake, I don't give two shits about everything else.
Cool.
I just want to, progress in my career. And maybe at the time I shouldn't have taken the fight, but I had a baby on the way.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Yes, life changing. I haven't had, I fought Cruz for $200,000. In a year. That doesn't go a long way.
Right.
When you got to pay your coaches and it's fees and everything else. It's when you're out, and so I had to fight. I knew they were gonna put me on Madison Square Garden. I was gonna get a nice little paycheck, and I'm so stoked to fight TJ on August 4th. What I was able to do in that amount of times, I flew 2 weeks before the fight to Las Vegas and got 8 epidural shots on my back because I couldn't walk.
Dude.
And it's like, I'm healthy. My mental was there. Like, hey, TJ's a great competitor, great fighter. I mean, he's a fucking bad dude.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, this dude is not gonna. He's taking that mentality. I think it's gonna be easy. It's only a matter of time. He got lucky in that fight, and he knows that. And that's why he went right to the media. He's like, Cody's gonna have a long road back.
He did say that
because he knows. He knows when I'm healthy, I'm a bad dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? He knows that. The first round, that was me. I lost focus going in the second because you know why? It was really so easy in the first round to miss all his punches and.
Right, started to step in a little further. Right.
A couple times I had him hurt. A lot of times I should have just kept. And I think having that, what really changed the fight when he head kicked me and it took my equilibrium out and dropped me. I was so pissed. I was like, I'm gonna get this back, And
sometimes that kind of gets you, right? Because you have a fucking quick temper.
Yeah.
I mean, you've demonstrated that.
But
several
I think if
times.
I was able to spar more, I would have got that shit out.
Oh.
Sometimes I get like that in sparring, I'll fucking go crazy, and they're like, hey, Cody, calm down. This guy's trying to take my head off. I'm taking this head off. I think you get those rounds in. I just wasn't able to. So I've been sparring. I went to Thailand. I mean, I'm obsessed with it again, man. I'm so thankful that TJ whipped my ass in that second round, and I lost the title because I'm not that I wasn't motivated being the champion. It was just, dude, it was a year of just being injured, and my mental state was fucked.
Yeah, because I mean, I can't imagine, but I feel like being proper hurt and that being my livelihood, I can put my head in that space and just think, sure, I'll show up and fight, but you can't tell me that my hand being raised, the visualization of that has not deterred a little bit from spending the last couple of months knowing that your fucking back that controls everything. I can't believe you look that fast with all that shit.
That's what my strength and conditioning coach said. He's like, dude, it's no sweat, man. Look what we were able to do on what we,
Yeah, it's a miracle.
We had to work. I'm like, so we've been putting in work.
You got all your stuff fixed. They fixed you.
I feel great. I still do PT. I still go and do physical therapy, mobility. I mean, that's a huge thing. I think we tear our bodies down and train. You know how hard we train. You've done it. You've been in the cage.
I'm too old to go every day. It doesn't work anymore.
You got to do it all. You got to be in good boxing shape, wrestling shape, jiu-jitsu shape, cardio shape. And then you got to get the rounds in, the timing, the pad work. It's a lot of the people don't understand how much it has to go into peaking in the right night. You have to make weight and do the media. It's a lot, but you want to be a superstar, you got to do all that,
Right.
And listen, August 4th, excited. I know TJ's gonna come. That's why I said, hey, TJ, after the press conference, he's talking all his shit, and he's got the one up. He beat me in the fight. He's got all the bragging rights. It's cool, And I see him doing little interviews. How I said it's gonna be easier this time. I hope that he brings that mentality in there. Because I'm gonna rock right through him, and but he's just doing that. He's doing that to sell tickets, but
well, he's got a. Hey, man, you both got your mental game plan on how to be victorious. I mean, why would I start talking about how it's a good chance when Cody's fresh and not injured, he's probably going to knock me out? I ain't talking like that. I'm positive I'm going to beat you as well. You guys are champions.
Yeah,
this is the game.
Yeah, he thinks he did it easy the first time, but I don't think that would be easy if you're getting knocked on your ass.
Everybody knows that it's not easy. Everybody knows.
Fight. I'm excited for him. I'm glad that he's a great adversary, a great competitor, a great rival. In this fight, and we'll knock his ass out, and then we'll do a trilogy fight. How awesome is that? In MMA, You get to fight someone 3 times. You know, look at the Ward Gotti fights. You know, those were wars.
I still watch those.
You know, I think that
Thank you, YouTube.
yeah, YouTube, you rock.
Seriously, I watched fucking black and white videos of fights on there that I heard about. I'm like, oh shit, I've heard about this. It's on YouTube, man. The whole thing, rounds after it, everything. It's crazy. Love that shit.
So yeah, I'm excited now. The competitor that he brought out to me at the time that I needed it. You know.
Let me talk about your book, because you are here for that, and you're on tour, and you have to do this, and I understand. I appreciate you being here talking about it, because man, I talk for a living, and I did a book. The first one almost killed me. I didn't know you had to do that. Do you do the phone ones at your house where they do one?
I think that's the hardest because I'm vibing off your energy. You know, we're
right.
On the phone, it's like, yeah, you know, you gotta get into it, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, all right. And the next, you know, it's the energy.
They don't know. They ask the same questions. They don't really care, and you're like, oh my god, why am I here? We have Cody Garbrandt or whatever. Like, so do you kill people? And like, I had the same. Like, they asked me like the 3 worst things in the book over and over again. I had to answer that. I'm like, yeah, I did do heroin, and that's cool, but hey.
We're here now.
But I read a bit of your book, and I did not know that that it was that close of a relationship to the point where if you're hurt or you get a title shot or you get something good or bad in your life, you're calling him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All the time.
All the time. Still to this day.
And you're talking about Maddox.
Maddox Maple.
Is a very, very young person that you came in contact with very early on in your career.
Correct. I was still an amateur. I was trying to battle up the ranks to go pro, and kept, you know, doing wrong shit, bad decisions, mixing with the wrong crowd, you know, the drugs, selling it, you know, all this stuff, you know, and the bars, the street fights, and you know, and Max came to my life in unfortunate circumstances, but I think that it was meant to be for sure. You know, what I was battling and what obviously he was battling for his life, and it kind of put my life in perspective, and we just had that bond since I first met him. You know, started to do some the fights. His family came, the community came. We all rallied around each other. You know, 2 kids from the same town, but had different upbringings and was fighting different battles. You know, so it was pretty cool to see that, you know, the bond that we have now. He's 12 years old, 6th grade, 4 years in remission, gets straight A's. I mean, we just did the New York press tour, and he was so excited. Just super thankful kid that he gets to have these times and enjoy it. You know, some of the people outside the book tour and the things that we did wanted his autograph, so he thought he was on this, you know, king shit doing that.
Yeah, why not? He's on TV.
Oh,
that's
man,
crazy.
So so you were in a really you were doing bad. Did you just mumble drug dealing?
Yeah, I was selling drugs, man. Honestly, to pay for my blood work, to fight, my gym membership, pay my coaches. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, we were.
You've turned into I didn't know that guy, but I know you got a bad temper. It's never come.
Don't play no shit.
But you don't seem. You seem like a kind-hearted person, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have a.
Like, did he? And it seems like he kind of helped you. It feels like he.
For sure, I think he put my life in perspective a lot. You know, what I was doing at that time, that he kind of just came into my life, and I was trying to do the right thing, and just put more positive, you know, structure.
But I'm still impressed that your initial reaction, your brother tells you there's this kid and he's got this situation, and what can we do to help? That in and of itself is not necessarily the normal human interaction, reaction. Most people go, oh, there's this kid, he's sick. You go, oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, you don't think, oh, let's put on, let's do a fundraiser for him. So you're obviously there's already an actively good part of you at that point.
I think I've always had, a kind heart, for that kind of stuff. I always think definitely a child that's battling for leukemia, and I think it just kind of hit home. My sister's the same age as them, the same grade. So I was kind of like put myself in those kind of shoes if that was my sister and someone was in the community trying to do something positive and I had a good following because of my sports in high school and the boxing matches and the cage fights. So I had a good following. I feel like we could get the town rallied together to show that he doesn't have to fight this battle alone. And I'm forever grateful for my brother kind of planting that seed and then me reaching out to the parents to get to know their story and just kind of helping out. It was a charity that we started to do. The tickets and the T-shirt donations, and then we were able to later down the road, a couple months down the road, we were able to do a whole fight promotion and gave them all the money from the fight promotion. Our high school let us hold it. It was pretty cool. We wrestled and then all of a sudden we're having cage fights in our high school, and it was awesome that the town and the community and the schooling allowed us to do that to help out. And You know, it's a good time for us. I mean, everything since the past 6 years we made this. I met him, 6 years ago, and triumphs, dark times. He had a lot of dark times. I had a lot of dark times in this battle. It hasn't been, all positive. There's a lot of negative too, but we just leaned on each other. I say it's we're like Forrest Gump and Bubba. Lean against each other so we didn't have to sleep in the back or in the mud. We, kind of raise each other when we were down or out. And there was really only one time that I saw him want to give up. And it was like 7 months left of his chemo. And that's when his father called me to kind of help him out. He's gonna die. We need you to change his little heart. What can you do? Can you call him and just give him some encouragement? Remember that call? Just calling the little kid. And that's when we made our pact. Made that promise to each other. I say, hey, man, you'll take these medicines. You're gonna die. And he's like, kind of hit him. He's like, yeah, I know. I was like, well, who's going to walk me down to these cage fights? I said, I don't go to battle alone. I need you there, buddy, I said, you're my good luck charm. You pick the hand that I knock him out with. We have a good time. Like, who's going to do that? I said, I need you there. And he said, oh, I know. I said, tell you what, you promised me that you won't bitch or complain about taking your medicine to your parents or any. Just do it. You got 7 months. You did it for 2.5 years. You're almost done. You're at the home stretch. I said, I promise you do that. I'll make it to the UFC. I'll take you everywhere with me. Every fight that I go, I don't care if it's in Brazil or wherever. We'll make it happen. And we'll win the world championship together. Luckily, we fought in Vegas every time. So he loves Vegas.
That's a cheaper flight.
Cheaper flight, yeah.
He's going to miss some school if he's going to Brazil or something.
Yeah.
And it seemed like he, if I understood the book correctly at that part, like he'd been toughing it out for a while because he'd hated the medicine for 2 years and finally piped up about it.
Just tough. I mean, every time I saw him, he just had a smile on his face no matter what he's going through. And the family went through some stuff, and they told me some, like, a couple times where they thought that he was dead, and I had to rush him to the hospital and things like that. That kind of, now in my life, I'm new fatherhood. I got a son, so I can only imagine, with my own son, what they went through, and just how strong Maddox is. I mean, just to have that inner strength to fight for his life every day. Like I said, it gave me my life purpose, and then in return, my career fighting. I fought with purpose. I fought to get this promise, to make this path, to keep my end of the deal, and we ended up doing it. August 25th, this little dude calls me and goes, hey, Cody, I took my last dose of chemo. He goes, it's your turn. And I was in the UFC. I think I was 4-0, trying to get a fight. I'm like knocking all these dudes down. Like, what do I got to do to get in the UFC? And I got a call later about a fight. Fought in Canton, Ohio, close to my hometown. Maddox was there. The whole town came out. Knocked this guy out the body shot walkout. And next thing you know, Sean Shelby comes in my Twitter DMs like, hey, who managed you?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, awesome. So these series of events of positivity, we fed off each other. He did this. He's in remission. All right, now it's my turn to keep it back. So it kind of really kept me focused on fulfilling my promise, keeping my promise doing that I made.
If this was just like a movie that came out that I saw a trailer for, it would seem like a little bit too good to be true.
I'm part of it,
Right.
I'm part of this story, and I'm like, wow, this is kind of crazy what we were able to do just from, the beginning, just reaching out on Facebook and, the bond that we had, the relationship with my little brother, just all the stuff that we went through the past 6 years, and to be able to have each other on the journey was awesome, and to be world champions, and I really, super thankful for that guy, because I don't think if I didn't meet him, I was probably 1 or 2 wrong decisions away from, really screwing my life up. I was in a bad time. I was a young adult, left college twice, just trying to, always dreamed of being a world champion, but, you had to provide for yourself. You had to get a job, and I was going to go to the coal mines, and I always wanted to fight, and he came to my life and kind of man, this is my purpose. This is my goal. This is my dream. Why am I not,
Between him and Uriah, I mean, these are some great. This is like inspiration and guidance. I mean, these are things that build champions. It's proof right there. Because I think Uriah's. I don't hang out with the guy all the time, but he just seems like somebody that's super.
You fought him though.
I did. I can barely remember it, but I did fight him. Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like things like that. He was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll hang out with Ellis and punch him in the face."
Fight him in jeans.
Yeah.
Jeans and his
he had a
Reebok
baseball
shoes.
cap on at first, fucking asshole. I'm like, man, come on. Yeah. So he's got to be a good influence on you, and it seems like now you got a wife and kids. You got your shit. It's funny to hear your story about how. Because I know I got friends in fighting, and most of the people, if you're listening, most of the people, almost everybody doesn't get what Cody gets. I go to the gym with people that are that have a very similar story to Cody, who might be selling some stuff on the weekends, but they're not going to make it into the UFC. You know what I mean? Like it's really tough. Fighting is one of the toughest. You've got to be. You know what I mean? It's like it's a little bit for me to be good at skateboarding. You got to be a little bit stupid, because if you wouldn't have been in it in the first place if you had really thought about how much it's going to take. It's really brutal, but once you're in it, it's like this big family that's agreed to do this thing together where they all know it's happening. We don't sit around the roasted marshmallows talking about brain damage all day, but it's like we know it's there.
We bring it up, more and more.
Right?
Yeah.
So you try to be, but then you're nicer to each other about stuff like that. Like I feel like if I crack my friend really hard and he accidentally kind of moved into it a bit, there's not another punch behind it. I go, fuck! And he's like, don't worry. And I'm like, man, okay, but...
Sometimes it happens,
Well, you guys got different deals. If I'm fighting for a fucking UFC strap and it's like a couple weeks out, yeah, I know what we're doing here.
Right,
You're
controlled.
going...
I like going with people that are controlled. There's some people that, especially when you get to the highest level, when you're the champion, people come from all over the country or the world. They want to try to challenge you, so I'm like, I'm always down for it. But now I gotta know when to push and when to hold back, because it's a longevity and just staying healthy. You can't go at that hard, high pace training regimen.
Right.
Because I paid a price. I went from unranked to world champion in 11 months. I had 4 fights, so the whole time I was training, the whole year, it just broke my body down.
Yeah, I don't.
I love it.
Yeah, I just started training again, but I got sick and tired and sore for 3 months after my fight because I'm just too old. I'm thinking like, what if I just went back into the gym and was like, yeah, man, like sign me up for in a month or no, and then another month. I think like at my age I would actually be dead. I think my body would just like I'd be in hospital. It would just be like, what are you doing? Yeah. MMA is the gnarliest. The only thing I can think of is might be as close, but I don't think they have to train as hard, is the bull rider dudes. I feel like bull riders, I'm like, okay, man, every time they go, that seems like a pretty heavy, their faces get collapsed and stuff.
Crazy. I was watching it on TV. It's like...
But how good's their cardio, though?
It has to be amazing. I don't know. I don't know.
How long is it? Is it 60...
8 seconds. 9 seconds, 8 seconds.
8 seconds.
I only know from the Luke Perry
movie.
movie.
But you gotta think, we're fighting humans. We can reason with you. We can punch them in the face. They're riding about 2,000-pound bulls that are trying to get them off them and stomp on them.
Their only friends are alcoholic clowns.
I'd rather fight a bull for 9 seconds than you, Cody. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know about Ryan Bull. Them guys they come in and sack the PBR and they come in and train with us and they're just wow. They go out drinking all night.
They have to be.
Yeah,
they're fucking madmen.
Yeah, I'm like, you can't reason with the bull. I'm sorry. I can reason with a human. You know what I mean? We can go in there and fist fight. And,
aren't they like a ton and shit?
Yeah, right.
They're not pounds. They're fucking tons.
I don't know about tons, but over 1,000 pounds. I don't think that's
crazy. Okay, sorry. Yeah. On steroids. Animals on steroids.
With horns that pierce you.
Yeah. And they just pissed them off.
One time for a TV show that I did, we had to play football against baby bulls. And I was like, cool, baby bulls. We'll play football against baby bulls. Sounds good. And get out of the trailer and... I got my, they gave me like some football shoulder shit or some shit and a skateboard helmet. And I'm like, what the fuck's that noise? I go, ugh! And then this fucking thing comes out that's like, I don't know, like about nipple high, I don't know. And apparently it's a baby bull. And I'm like, dude, this thing is easily 800 pounds.
Oh, easily, yeah.
And it goes sprinting by me and I go fucking ducking against the wall. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Baby bull.
We grew up in that. We grew up in a farm town and a country, so we had bulls and hogs, all kinds of shit.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, we go cow tipping.
Wait, that's a real thing?
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was bullshit.
I thought we all fell for that, a city slicker, and then find out the whole time.
What are you supposed to do in the country, though? You know what I mean? Drink beer and smoke weed, and go down back road.
I thought those were shoot. I thought that would be enough.
Shoot shit, yeah. Blow shit up, have big bonfires.
Yeah, I did that.
All that minus the cow tipping sounds like fun to me.
Yeah, see, I lived in the bush. I shoulder blocked a kangaroo once, but I was really drunk.
Well, that's crazy. Kangaroos, that's wild. Them things are vicious.
No, they're not. That's this weird Australian thing where everybody thinks everything's venomous. I would rather go a roo than a cow. Isn't a cow 1,000 pounds?
Oh yeah, they're
right.
ears are
and what is the thing that they do? They do the back kick.
Oh,
Yes, they do the horse
yeah.
kick. That's right. Wait, and you just did a thing like you grabbed their ankles and tipped them. Is that how you do it?
Well, sometimes it's hard. Some of them they fall this way and they're off balance once, then they're stuck there. They're stiff and it's crazy. And some of the times you couldn't get them, we'd play a game how many cows you could get, and next thing you know, I got to worry about the farmer coming out and shooting you. We got shot out so many times.
I feel like he's telling us the Ohio version of drop bears. I don't know what to believe.
Getting shot at when you're tipping cows. You've come a long way, Cody.
Come a long way, man. Jeez, I'm so thankful.
So are they gonna make? Are you guys talking about making a movie? They're gonna make a movie out of this.
I think so.
Who's gonna play you? Should be me.
You go ahead.
I'll do an excellent job.
That'd be amazing.
Look, Mom.
I gotta get some
What do you
of
look?
that.
I'm fucking pissed.
We made it.
I'm gonna sell. Hey man, you want to buy some fucking drugs? I'm Cody Garbrandt.
I gotta buy my blood work.
Yeah,
I'm fighting this weekend.
I'm super angry because I can't remember myself.
Well, what do you think about now? There's an overt and really touching, Christian message in the book, and it's a Christian publisher that you have. You could make a Christian movie, and frankly, most overtly Christian movies, very, very corny. This has the potential to be a very good Christian movie, or you could go full mainstream Hollywood. But are they gonna really nail the faith-based stuff the way that you would really want?
I think there's
them
a balance of that,
yeah.
Because there's always the faith base in my life. My uncle was my boxing trainer. He was tried as an adult at 15 years old to a state prison, got a life sentence, had an epiphany in there, found the Lord, came out, and he was like the guy, a father figure. He would take us to the gym, take us to eat, preach to us, the scripture that he read, and he can quote the Bible. He was in there, at a young age. That's why he read the Bible, and so there was always that that aspect of it. My uncle always kind of preaching to us about it. About the Lord before he even knew who the Lord was or God was, and I looked up to him. It was like a father figure to me. That was my uncle. I looked up to him. He'd box. He'd take us to the gym when he would train. We'd go to his fights. He'd be kicking the shit out of someone. We'd go with my grandpa, and grandpa would drive us. He was an alcoholic. We'd get wasted, drunk, and be beating the shit out of someone in the stands. So we were always around fighting. Like it was just so normal.
Wait a minute, that was a part of the church thing as well. He was preaching to you and beating people up in the stands.
Well, my grandpa was. And my grandpa, he didn't go to church. He was just...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I get confused.
So we'd go to watch my uncle fight.
Okay, right.
And with my grandpa taking us there, and he'd be getting plastered drunk, and then getting a fight in the stands, and we're sitting there, 5, 6 years old, looking at our grandpa beating the shit out of someone. And our uncle's in the tough man contest fighting, or fighting an amateur boxing match. And so we was always just around fighting, always around just violence. And it was, I remember when my father was out of prison. One time he came home and the sheriffs had my grandma's house just surrounded, and he's all cracked out, smoking crack. And he was came in. He has one arm. His arm blew off when he was 12, so he's got this stub up, and the sheriffs are in there, and he has his stub up, and he goes. So I just remember him going all crazy, and the cops were trying to contain him. He's strong. He's got the one arm. They're trying to bend it behind his back and do all this crazy. I mean, we're there look, what the hell is going on here? Ended up knocking some guy out, getting in a fight, and the guy was shooting at him, and he hauled out. So every time he was out of prison, he was getting himself back in, And so it was just always around that. Was something just inevitable to get into the gym to fight, and especially when my uncle took us there. He snuck us to the gym because my mom didn't want us to box. She put us in wrestling, kind of more safer.
Yeah.
But still, the wrestling was grueling. It was a grind. At a young age, 5 years old, we started wrestling, and our mom learned more about it and put us in team tournaments, and then that transpired in opens, and then we finally went all over the nation and wrestled on national teams, and that was it.
It's probably a good thing that you're a Christian, because if you weren't a Christian, this book should be called Hard Cunt 5000. Because that's just what you are. Sorry, I'm not religious, Cody, but you are the hardest cunt
and if it also,
in Australia. That's what
if it
you
wasn't
are.
about a 6-year-old child.
I'm spiritual.
Oh yeah, shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Forgot about that bit too. But you know what I mean.
No,
I respect that bit, dude.
Me
I
too,
can't
dog.
believe
Hey.
how hard of a life to now where I follow you on Instagram. You're going to lunch with my wife and my baby. I'm like a nice guy. What's going on?
That's my life, dude. I get to go train a couple of times a day, go home. My wife's got dinner cooked for us, or she loves sushi, man.
Everything's nice.
I was like, I got my baby. I'm like, man, it's a changed man for the better. I'm thankful the way that I'm in, because, like I said, there's a time in my life that these dreams or these times I'm living right now were so far away. It was like just that small light at the end of the tunnel I always held on to, was being a world champion. For whatever it was coming off a bender of coke, or selling drugs or doing bad things.
Yeah,
there would always be that flash of that. For whatever reason, I had that flash of that dream, of that vision, And that's what I really held on to, man. And there's a reason why that was, you know, pictured in my mind and my heart when good times and bad times, I just held on to it. I was like, no, this until I fully committed to it, stop listening to everybody else, go to college, get a job. You're not going to make it in this. It's, you know, you think you can provide for yourself as a fighter. And I was like, you know, you guys are, that was a more inspired by those people, you know what I mean? Because they told me I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was more motivated by them, like, you're not going to do it. And these are pro fighters that I was training with, you know, so it made me want to do it more. And once I finally just started listening and following my own heart, and never looked back, you know.
And you went for it, because there's the other bit in the book where you know you're thinking about working in a coal mine. It's a safe way to go, and your brother made the point, again, if I got it all correctly, that if you do that, you're going to have this regret of not. It's not even so much like, yes, you want to be the champion, but you want to find out if you could be the champion. Right. You know what I mean?
Sell
almost
myself short.
Just the regret of I didn't even really try.
Really, yeah, exactly. My brother, he's been there, man, through everything. He's been my best friend. He's 10 months older than me. He's my only full-blooded brother. And, yeah, he was always, like, the fierce competitor. I was always fighting him, you know, growing up, competing against him, football, wrestling, street fighting him. I remember someone was slicing his finger off when I wanted to fight when I think I was 14, 15. Before I had a license. So, man, we had girls coming over, and I had my good shirt on. Zach had to work. He kept telling us to be quiet. And he come up all pissed off, mad at me. And I was like, oh, gosh. And every time I fight, Zach was one of those things, you're going to get probably some black eyes. You're gonna get busted up, you know, until it got broke up. And I just saw this big old knife. It was at my adopted father's house. And we had a poolside. The girls come over to do a little pool party. We had like a 30-pack of Bush, you know, Bush Light.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's about to get wild. About to get wild. And I saw a knife, and every time that he would come at me, he'd always go, like, I know, when he had his tongue out, I was like, oh, shit, he's going to fight. So I just saw that, and I grabbed it, and he had his hand up. I went, boom, we just sliced him with it. And he had his hand, it almost cut his whole finger off. And that grenade, you know, we didn't have to fight that time, so I was thankful. I got to stay fresh, hang out with the girls. You just remember him putting paper towels on it and just going back to bed because he had to wake up at 4 in the morning, and he mowed and weed-eated the golf course there.
And my kid is so soft.
Yeah, right. I was gonna.
My child stands no chance.
I'm gonna read Cody's book to my son
every single night.
He goes to sleep.
And here's the time I fought a kid in 5th grade who had a probation officer.
Right. Yeah.
True story.
True story. Yeah.
Holy shit!
I got kicked out of kindergarten. I think it was kindergarten. Moravian Child Care Center. This kid bit my finger. He was going around biting everybody, and like. The kids wouldn't do nothing. I remember that, and Zach was there, and he bit my finger. He's like, "Let me see your finger." And I was like, "What?" Like that, and he bit onto it. And I went, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This blood came out, and the teacher saw it. We got kicked out of there. My brother was like,
trying to bite your finger, weirdo. Yeah,
didn't want to bite Zach's finger. Zach was way bigger than everybody. You know what I mean? I was a small. That's why I think that I was an easier target.
Yeah, not really though.
I'm like, dude, I'm not afraid to fight you. This is the guy that I fight for meals. You know, we fought over Subway sandwiches and all kinds of things. Just, you know, drop anything. A PlayStation game when we had a PlayStation, we never allowed playing games because you're always grounded. You know what I mean? Because we always fight over the stupidest shit.
Did you ever just go back home and go to the local pub and take your shirt off and remind everybody who's boss? Because really,
never know.
You alphaed that whole town, every single person.
It's great to go back. I mean, honestly, I used to go back kind of like to get away from. Not that I'm get mobbed by crazy stuff, but when I first won the belt, it was kind of crazy to me. I remember even Dana called me the next day and was like, "How's it feel?" I was like, "How's what feel?" He goes, "You get noticed by everyone?" I was like, in the airport. I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? It's kind of crazy. It's pretty wild." I'm still like taken back by it. I'm just I used to go to my hometown, just kind of like hang out, do the small town, simple life shit, you know. Go home and I run into this teacher and she's like, Cody, oh my gosh, we gotta get a picture. My son's not gonna believe it. I'm like, you were what? We grew up down the same street, like, the same kid. Like that was like for me. I was like, I never imagined that, but I think everyone just boasting with pride, that I'm from there and just happy for me. So that's really cool when you get those genuine fans and people that supported you from the beginning. Just so excited for all the success that you've done.
But nobody to fight at the pub. Unfortunate.
Oh man,
nobody wants to shut the title.
One or two fights in the UFC, and this dude, I don't know. I remember my mom being at the bar too. I was doing a signing, and this guy was like super drunk.
Yeah.
Super drunk. Like, looking at me, and I was like, he said something. I was like, bro, you need to relax. Like,
Yeah.
We're just here having a
That's
good time.
right.
He started taking his watch off.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I grabbed that dude up so fast, like, boom.
Yep.
And I was like, before he could do anything, he's like, whoa. He's like, why
That's
are
right.
you taking your watch? I'm like, well, I'm taking
Because
my watch.
that's
I'm
right.
gonna hit somebody.
That's
you know?
right. That's the life that Cody. See, I'm
So
like
I have my mom back there
I'm
looking
Cody
at-
Light. Remember I said I get flinched about shadows and stuff. I'm ready to fucking go.
Yeah.
That's what this. Man.
Head on a swivel, man. Like
Tough.
This. Yeah.
This is the toughest existence on the planet right here.
Yeah.
You're scaring the shit out of me, man. But you're ready.
Ready at all
Hey,
times.
hey, Todd Bowles. This is Jason Bourne. You think you're Jason Bourne. If someone comes in here to kill me, the only chance I have is Cody Garbrandt, not you. He's paranoid and ready to go. What if I take my watch off right now? Would you know what that meant?
Yes, I should stab you.
Alright.
So he knows.
Alright, you can leave, Cody. You can leave. I'm
Alright.
safe. I was a little worried.
He's also in
Damn, I
the
thought it was a security job now.
No. That was close. I was worried for my life.
Yeah,
All
definitely.
right.
Little things like that, you just growing up and seeing fights like that always happen, or in those things. I've seen some crazy shit, you know, some street fights, and I had to make sure that your head was on a swivel at all
No,
times.
because street fights are won by cheats.
Big time.
That's it.
Big time.
That's why I hate street fights.
But love them at the same time.
If I win,
If you
that's
win,
it's
right?
over. It's over. I'm old, man. It's over. Good luck with your book. I'm sure it's going to sell the shit out of it. Everybody can get it,
It's
right?
called The Pact. You can go to thepactstory.com. And when you got the belt and then I see the books coming, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. It's just so much more than what people would expect. The biography is from the guy, you know.
Yeah, exactly. At the time of my life, I was like, why is everyone, you're 26 years old, like, why are you writing a book at? It's the story, it's the promise, the pact. Like, we've done that in our life. We fulfilled that promise. Now it's to close that chapter in that story and go on to the next journey. Now it's about the coming back. It's about getting the belt back. The next 5 years of my career, what I can do. And so I think everyone, you know, I hope can pull from this just an inspiration, some motivation for whatever they're going through. You know what I mean? Like, everyone has a past, everyone has adversity. You know, it's what you do with it. You know, when you're down or out. So that's why I hope that I can, you know, gauge from people around the world that read the book, and so I'm just excited to share my story with them.
I look forward to the next book. TJ Dillashaw's a dead man.
Oh my
Yes.
God. All right, we'll be back. We'll be back, everybody.
Sick, man. I always love coming on you guys' show.
Appreciate it, man.
Great seeing you. Boy, the book's cool.
Yeah, it turned out good. That was a fucking, you know, Ellis and doing that. I had to edit that thing like 8 different times. I'm like, bro, like, this is it.
You did?
Yeah, they're trying to make. I'm believing. I'm spiritual. I don't fucking know the Bible. I don't read the scripture. I don't do that. Bro, they had me like I was in church for it. I'm like, dude, you guys gotta get the wrong real shit.
Oh, wow.
Mike Tyson wrote the forward for it. Oh, he was like, yeah, we can't have Mike. And I'm like, bro, are you fucking kidding me? Mike's the most like.
Yeah. Did you get it in there?
I'm gonna release it. No, they didn't. They didn't make the
Wow.
deadline. Bro, it's crazy. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's what I called it. I called him like, look, I'm not gonna come out with this book. You know, this is not me. I want. You know, you have to have it raw and real. Like, I had that faith. I had my uncle. You know, we learned about God in prison.
Yeah.
And
You kind of have that in there.
to
In
do
here or outside?
UFC, NHL news. Which one, I guess, would be the short thing into the image search?
Well, I think you're gonna want to do UFC because I think you're gonna. I think NHL. I know you have to rewrite it, but it right. I mean, ask him what he prefers, but I think it's just gonna be talk about the. I guess there's the angle of we just did an hour of UFC. So yeah, I could go.
I can go either way.
And who's also guessing the?
You, Kevin, Jason.
Sure.
Will
Yeah.
is the judge.
Yeah.
Is that happening next?
Yeah.
Library though.
Finish doing this. Just tell me when I have to go in there. It didn't line up any time in between that.
You'll have a whole break.
Katie's on your console.
Oh, really? Oh, I haven't even looked at my phone.
Could I come back out after that?
We'll have a break and then we'll do news.
But we'll take a break then.
Well, it's okay if you're a little light. I have all my stuff too.
Okay.
Fuck balls. Here. Shit, fuck.
So we'll do the Google image search game next segment. Do you want to do the UFC card coming back? NHL news coming back?
Can we come back with NHL news at 2?
Yeah.
And come back with UFC now?
Yeah. Cool.
Wait, do I have to do... I have to do a...
Yeah,
I'll
the
do
live
that
read.
now. Yeah, I'll do the live read now into UFC and then do
Into-
the into NHL
Yep.
at 2.
Cool. Run the live read return. I need to go maybe one quick edit to that.
Man.
So you're just gonna turn Will's mic on when we're back, so I can just print up a new copy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I was just guessing.
Oh man.
Oh, well, I mean, that's the thing, is that word to us is the worst word you could say. It's not common. You know? I mean, most people would never do it. It's such a harsh term.
Well, I don't know how to make it sound more sincere, sorry.
No, that means you do what you do. There's that kind of interesting angle there. Yeah, he's pushing too, but you just say he no, I know.
It's tough comments, you know?
Yeah.
No one's ever said, no one's ever seen a Ahhhh. It's lots of that.
And also, the shit he's saying, that's nothing. It's just, context.
People theory that
Christians the same breath as kind of unusual. That's awesome.
You tell her I said no.
No.
If she wants to know why I said no, she can take it up with me.
Right, okay, call it.
Yeah, call me personally and I'll handle it.
How many seconds?
20 seconds.
20?
Wait, what? Oh. Oh shit.
Stick around. More with Jason Ellis right after this.
How do you know it's time to switch the dish? If you've ever wanted to watch your favorite primetime TV shows without sitting through commercials, it might be time to switch the dish. With Auto Hop from Dish, you can watch shows, record the primetime, anytime commercial free. No commercial interruptions means no car ads in between you and your favorite character's fate. No ads for detergent breaking up the action. Instead, with Auto Hop from Dish, you get more hop-hunting suspense, more explosive action, and more of the stars you love. The season's finale of your favorite show just got better with Auto Hop, only from Dish. To learn more, call 1-844-CALL-DISH or go to dish.com or visit a local retailer near you. Requirees? Credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, e-auto pay, taxes and surcharges not included. Other restrictions apply. For full details, 1-844-CALL-DISH. Dish is tuned into you!
Hey, I'm Malin Ackerman from Showtime's Billions. You may have also seen me in Rock of Ages, sticking my tongue down Tom Cruise's ear. I'm on the show where I tattooed the guy's ass who was hosting it. That's right, Jason Ellis has my name tattooed on his buttocks. It's the Jason Ellis Show on Sirius XM. Now bend over.
The Jason Ellis Show. Jason Ellis on Faction Talk.
Yeah?
Fights.
Yeah, man.
Big ones.
It's more, I mean, it's weird. The juice to me this morning is that somebody's too fat to for television, and Dana White is Donald Trump of the UFC.
They're fired?
He's firing people, and he's saying it's real news, not fake news, real news. So he's in the real news, fake news, Twitter firing. That is very Dana White to me. I mean, sorry, that is very Donald Trump.
Well, he spoke on Donald Trump's behalf at the Republican National Convention.
That's right, he did. So Rodriguez does not want to fight Zabit and Maganaganaganaduboff, and I don't blame him. That guy's really good. but fired for not fighting him. But I guess.
I
mean, if you really are a future champion, you would jump at the chance. But then I hear that he has not fought for over a year, so maybe he doesn't want to fight because he's on steroids. I'm just making stuff up.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I guess all that I would really ask for from a Dana White type figure is to be tough but fair. And my only question, and I don't know the answer to my question, would be, is this fair? Is this consistent with, have other guys gotten away with, and we don't know. Is this the final straw? Did this guy also drive past Dana's house and moon him? Does this guy get caught smoking crack constantly? And then did he do this?
Right, no, he didn't.
Based on what we know...
It's one thing he did.
Is this consistent? And if not, then you're a little bit of a dictator, and you may or may not be able to pull that off long term.
Could it be because he's Mexican?
It's almost definitely because he's Mexican.
Thank you, Michael. I'm glad you could agree with me on that suspicion.
Yes.
So we've got to get more, Dana's like, we've got to get the Mexicans out of here. I'm starting with Rodriguez. He's out.
Yeah. Right, and the other UFC news, they're down there in Brazil for UFC 224, and a number of UFC staffers were robbed at gunpoint, I think relieved of their wallets and passports and such.
Well, they're rich people. They can get new ones. As long as they do what?
They're not. This is like the Josh Eldridges of the world.
He's a rich person.
He's not a rich person.
Okay.
He was. I don't think he was there. I was.
Well, he's rich in fulfilling job.
I'm sure
job fulfillment.
Yeah,
which is the most important part of
he gets from his job for sure. And I mean, shit,
just like Andrew. That's what he's.
Fully fulfilled.
Yep,
that's right.
Full fulfillment to the brim.
Engorged, you could say.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh God, do you have to engorge it?
Andrew is borderline shocked every 2 weeks when he gets paid.
Yeah, because he'd do it for free.
He would do it for free.
Right. Loves it.
So, yeah, Amanda Nunes will get a little tune-up against Raquel Pennington.
That's harsh, man. No, the fight of the night, no doubt, is Kelvin and Jacare for sure. That's the most exciting fight on the card to me.
And then you got Mackenzie Dern against amateur Instagram model, blah blah blah. Amanda Cooper.
I think that it's funny because Amanda Cooper is the worst model on Instagram, worst Instagram model that I've ever seen. Even she's the worst Instagram model of all MMA fighters, that's really saying something because it's astounding what she's decided to wear. But Mackenzie being 7.5 pounds overweight is like, come on, man. It's your second fight in the UFC, and yes, I can fucking talk shit. I make weight, and I have several jobs. You don't have a job. Your only job is to make weight.
It's not easy for Will to be at his contractually mandated welterweight.
You guys are chiming in on MMA right now?
Every single day, but he does it. He does it. We don't ask how he does it. We ignore the retching noises we hear every morning in the bathroom.
It's my job. Gotta do
it. You knew that. And you knew that when you signed up, Will.
Will doesn't make weight. He's fired.
Right.
That's how, and I'll do it on Twitter. He knows that. That's how we do it here.
Where all important discussions happen. Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. If you see Will running around outside the building in the morning wearing a Missy Elliott jumpsuit from a music video, delirious from dehydration, well,
that's what it is.
That's the gig.
That's the gig, baby. Make weight. Get on the show. Will's News. At a specific time at a specific weight.
And then in a sneak preview of Bellator 1 year from now, Vitor Belfort will be fighting Lyoto Machida.
That's fucked up, man. I don't know how Lyoto Machida... I don't know how... I'm hanging out, I'm minding my own business, I'm enjoying their fights, and now they're just like really... I don't know. But yeah, you know what though? I saw Bellator has all these... They have guys that are as old as these guys, but... they got fired from the UFC for not being that good, and they have full-on careers where they travel the world having fights. So this is not. It's not. You are right. In 1 year they could fight each other in Bellator, but I don't know about the Dragon. I think the Dragon has a couple more in him. I think this is an easy fight for the Dragon, Michael.
Even though he's a number 12 fighter fighting a number 9.
Wait, he's number 9. Vitor's number 9.
Vitor's top 10.
Okay. Man.
I mean, they didn't tell the guy who does the rankings that steroids are illegal now.
I don't know what to... Yeah, right.
It's sort of liberating having no idea what you're talking about. And for once in my life, I will not only be watching the main event on pay-per-view, I'll also check out those prelims on FX, because I noticed this will mark the return of Diaper Baby Junior Albini.
Oh yeah, I think he's banned from doing that though. I think Junior Albini's banned from wearing a diaper in the octagon. That's what I was told.
He still looks like the world's angriest, strongest baby.
No, he definitely.
Diaper or no diaper.
The toddler torso is incredible.
Yeah, this fight looks like Al Bundy versus a baby that stumbled into mutagen.
Well, Al Bundy's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, so
that's true.
You have no idea what a flattering photo that is of Junior Albini.
Yeah.
He's an odd duck.
You know, you have no idea how... It's a flattering photo of the other guy, too, because he's a really weird-looking guy in person as well.
Yeah. That's
a weird fight.
He's got a weird stance too. He's
I
standing
bet
there
you it's a
like-
really stinky fight too. For
I
some
was
weird
just thinking that. They both look like they smell like gym locker room funk.
Right?
Yeah. Oh my god, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a staph infection for sure, that fight.
Like stinky ass nuts and gym locker room.
What is that? Why do we think that?
Because we're right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just look at him. You can see the cartoon wiggly stink lines coming off his head.
There's
and
like
nuts.
3 different brands of stink that a guy can have. You know, some guys like,
I feel like
don't-
these guys are coming with dick cheese.
Like, yeah, there's that
Oh,
too.
God.
And maybe
Yeah.
some guys who like sweat a lot and don't clean their clothes well enough or often enough, so they kind of get a little bit mildewy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, like that wet smell. I think General PD also sports that.
Yeah.
What's the third one?
Some guys smell kind of like pasty.
Yeah.
You
Like
know?
glue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he's got that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's got a lot. He's very fat, but he's very sweaty, but he's got cold fat in the front. So it's like cold fat that touches you when you press up against him before he knocks you out.
Yeah, because it doesn't circulate there. Right,
Yeah,
right. It's kind of
yeah.
like if it jiggles, it's fat. It's like if it gets cold when the rest of your body is warm, that's also fat.
Right. So I'm looking forward to that fight.
Yeah, that's your fight analysis.
So that's your prelims.
Yeah.
on
I don't
this.
understand how the big brown breakdown is anywhere near as big as we are. I mean, that's your MMA right there. Why are you guys in here? What am I doing?
We're doing a thing.
Oh, cool. Is it my birthday or
Like to
something?
play a game.
All I was told is I'm the judge, and whatever I say goes.
Okay.
It's true.
I'm frightened.
So I have noticed, and we all have noticed over the years, that you can Google search things and be amazed. There are so many images on the internet at this point that you can type in just about anything and find a Google image, or at least a Photoshop of the whatever bizarre thing you are looking for. Andrew does it pretty much half of his job when we're on the air. So
Everything's on the internet.
yeah, so everybody here gave me a list of suggestions of things that we are going to Google image search, and Andrew is going to do the searching. Jason, Kevin, and I are going to guess whether or not we will find an image when we do a certain Google image search. And if there's any ambiguity, you will be the final judge of whether or not it is the thing that we're searching for.
Right.
Like,
You're the law.
I'll give you an example. If we were to search gay Danzig,
Of course.
What am I supposed to guess?
do you think we will find an image of
that
Of
qualifies
Danzig
as...
that looks like he's gay?
something that somebody clearly put up there as gay Danzig?
Yeah, I think it'll show Danzig in a tutu.
I think it'll just be like at an event where they take tons and tons of photos. Like every second there's a photo snapping, someone will get one where he just happened to be turning his head and maybe looked over his shoulder and it was really fruity.
Nah, it won't. Fucking.
Don't break stuff, Jason. It's expensive equipment.
It's a piece of shit.
Radio Shack
Comes
is not
off all the
business
time.
anymore. We can't get these parts anymore.
I put this thing back in all the time. Yeah, I think it'll be Photoshop.
I think it's going to be that drawing, like they do for Henry Rollins and stuff.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Are you talking about like that anime stuff where they do like fan fiction of
Kind of, but there's
pop culture people and make them gay?
There's a book out there of like Henry Rollins.
Oh,
is
wait
it
a minute!
Danzig?
Didn't he wear something weird in that TV show in Portland?
What TV show? Oh, Portlandia?
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with that. I did not know he was a gay character in Portlandia.
I think he was. He's in Portlandia. I know that.
Okay. So yeah, I
I say
believe
definitely either that or Photoshop.
that we're gonna and Will can decide if it counts.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
be inclined to count that. Gay Danzig.
Wait a minute.
I mean, does songs about my cat count as gay?
No.
No, as much as I want to win, I don't see anything there. Wait, is that Danzig? Oh,
I think this is what I was talking about, the gay fan fiction.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's the
Wait,
book.
It's a Henry Rollins and Danzig on the back of a motorcycle.
Henry and Glenn forever and ever.
Oh yeah, No, this counts.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now there's another cruder prison type sketch of him riding on top of Henry Rollins as a sort of animal.
Yeah, Henry and Glenn is a book that you can buy at Amoeba and other places.
Oh yeah, now Rollins is spanking.
Man, it's
Danzig.
Rollins and fucking Glenn are just gaying out everywhere on the internet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow,
So-
I did not know that it was. It's only Henry and Glenn together. There's no other gay,
No.
and there's tons of them. Wow.
There is one of Danzig getting cake, but not gay. That's the most entertaining.
It's fucked up.
To celebrate his 60th birthday, they had a really unflattering picture of him with cake. Okay, so that's how we play
All
the
right.
game. All right.
So that was just an example. That didn't count.
That counts.
All right, so
Who cares?
everybody gets a point.
Right. Will we find an image of Ken fisting Barbie?
Got to, right?
And fisting Barbie.
I would say, oh man, it's a Barbie though, because they don't want to. They want to like probably get it off the. Nah, fuck. Everyone wants to see that. I reckon you can see it.
Yeah, I think every little kid that's ever had a Ken and a Barbie have like mashed them against each other to simulate fucking. So, that plus Photoshop.
Yeah, but Ken's always supposed to be the gay one, so I say no.
Is it Barbie
I think,
fisting Ken?
Yeah, we're gonna find the opposite.
We can do 2A and 2B.
Well, I say no.
There we go.
Oh, there's so much gay porn.
Boom.
Yes, there's
Oh my-
so much of
There's
it.
a guy pulling a tapeworm out of his dick. Oh no, that's Barbie!
Yep.
Barbie's
Oh,
leg is
God.
stuffed down his
Oh,
dick hole.
God.
No, but what about the one where Barbie's head is stuffed in the guy's dick hole?
Yeah. What about?
Oh, I
what,
didn't-
look at the. Look at, what about Ken giving that dude a fisting him in the meters?
Is Ken
That
fisting
doesn't
Ken?
count.
Yeah, but what about the police officer
Yeah,
fisting her?
Yeah. No, that's got to be the one.
No, to the left, Andrew. Yeah, no.
Oh.
to the right. Yes, the police. Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
That's not Ken. That's a black dude. That's a black cop.
Yeah, but it's a
Black Ken.
It's a black Ken.
Ken's not a color; he's an idea. You
Yeah,
racist fuck.
Yeah. That is
Well, that's
true.
why we have Will.
Right, and I say, yeah, obviously they have every permeation of everything happening to everybody.
Man, look at the one where
Ken's like a
there's,
plastic emoji.
there's a real man doing a coming on the back of Barbie on an actual.
my
Bar-
Oh, come on.
Come on, man.
Please.
I mean, come
Draw
on.
the line.
Come on,
Internet.
bruh. Yeah, boo this man. You know.
What are we on the dark
I
web?
know, right?
So wait, that counts, Will?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, count. He's all
All right,
pissed
I'm
about
gonna be yes on everything because these are pretty liberal scorings.
No, it's not. That is okay. Well,
So if that picture, like if it was cropped and you just saw that out of context, we weren't playing this game, and you saw that action figure, it'd be like, oh, Ken's looking good and tan.
no. But if somebody showed me that picture and asked me to describe it concisely, I would say it's like a Ken and Barbie fisting picture.
He does look like Terry Crews.
Yeah, that's Brooklyn Nine-Nine cosplay.
R.I.P. Well, look, Will's the judge. Nobody ever
All
said
right.
he had to be fair
All right.
or correct.
Yep. All right.
Let's do a Google image search for Mickey Mouse smoking crack.
Yeah, easy.
Gotta
It's a
be.
drawing of it. I mean, he's a drawing, so it's easy to do.
Yeah, this will not be a live action.
This is gonna be a great drawing, but it's there. Smoke the Kush. There he's smoking dick.
That first picture there.
Yeah. Oh no.
No, that. I
Wait,
don't
what's
know.
that?
It's
Wait,
it looks like
Seems
Hunter
he's
S.
smoking a lot of
Thompson.
bongs.
Yeah, is that one where he has a crown on his head on the top? Is that a bong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. There's definitely water in that. I don't think people tend to put water in their crack pipes.
Yeah, I thought this was a gimme.
Yeah.
I thought
well,
this was a layup.
we've still got. All right. There's a clock of Mickey for some reason.
I don't think this
A
exists.
weed leaf.
God, how many people stuck Barbies in their dick holes?
Yeah, right.
And nobody drew this.
Yeah.
We see him smoking all kinds of things, but go
He's
back
into
to
weed, but he's not into crack.
that
I'm happy
first
for him.
picture at the very, very top left. What is he got in his hand there? Oh, yeah,
Just a
that's-
burning
That's
stick.
not crack.
That's a drawing that looks like the art from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Okay, so the answer is no. I don't know if anybody gets a point there.
Nope. No points.
How about Mount Rushmore with the Beatles instead of presidents?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I say no.
Controversial.
Yep.
There are
Yeah,
800.
That's an entire page of them.
Yeah.
Who's floating above it? Who's the
Yeah.
ghost in that one? Who's the Force ghost?
You know,
Don Knotts.
that fifth Beatle.
The fifth Beatle, Satan. So, those were all of my suggestions for this game. You sort of learn something about people based on what they suggest for this game. It is a little Rorschach-y. So now we're going to move into some of Kevin's Google image search suggestions. Number 1, turd on a hibachi.
Wait, what's a hibachi?
Like the grill at Benihana?
Like a portable grill. I would personally settle for a turd on any sort of grill.
Oh, then for sure there's a shit on a grill.
Yeah. I
mean,
Any sort of grill?
Yeah, because hibachi now, I'd say no, but shit on a grill all day.
You think it's got to be on a hibachi? I mean, you did make this one up.
I mean, I do not think that a picture of a turd on a hibachi grill exists. I would say yes that a turd on any sort of grill exists. You know, George Foreman, a barbecue.
I'm rolling the dice. I'm saying yes to turd on a hibachi.
I'm saying no. No fucking way.
I'm saying no as well. Oh yeah, this is just gross food.
There's a lot of food.
It's just bacon wrapped stuff.
There's a food on a plate that looks like a turd. There's a lot of meat and hot dogs.
Yeah. No, there's definitely things that have reminded people of turds.
Yeah, but it's not.
Does Andrew have to type in the exact phrase?
Yes.
Okay.
He couldn't say like fecal matter on a Benihana
Well, if you put
tray.
shit on a hibachi.
I think he's
you
using
probably
Google
have it.
Translate to get from what he says to what humans say. Another
Hey,
one.
does Andrew click that little button that says "I am not a robot"?
I am not programmed to lie. What do I do?
Which one of these pictures have a boat?
Foiled again by CAPTCHA technology. Larry King in a sombrero.
Yes, for sure. I don't even think it's Photoshop. I think he wore one like in Cinco de Mayo or something. He does it every year when he has a guac off or something.
Yeah, he's been broadcasting for 60 years.
Yeah.
One of those 60 Cinco de Mayos, he put on a sombrero.
Yeah.
I'm saying yes.
No. I think he's racist against Mexicans.
Oh, hot take. All right, let's see.
Getting close. This is not. Fuck.
Why are you hovering over that one picture, Andrew? That's
not a sombrero.
It's a troll wearing a regular hat. And he's like, this.
I'm telling you, he would not put a sombrero on.
This sucks.
Turns
I'm
out-
not seeing it.
Turns out Michael's right. He's
Is that a
racist. He
cowboy
hates
hat?
Mexicans.
The closest we've
Yeah,
seen
he's
is
not
the
doing
that
it.
that old guys wear at the beach.
He's not doing it.
He's
And
not doing
that doesn't count.
He's
That's right.
not. He's not on there. That's crazy.
Wow.
Wait, who's that old man in the middle with the lady in the fan? Underneath that? Nope. Oh,
That
boy.
is not
No.
Larry King.
That's
No.
not him, huh?
That's the Dos Equis guy.
Yeah, maybe he's too old to hold a sombrero on his head. Maybe he falls over if you put that on.
Mr. Burns catches a gust and goes down.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not
Wow,
there.
you're right.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Well-known racist Larry King.
Will we find the following Google image when we search it? An Asian midget with a boner.
Man, is that a photo of him with a brand new baby? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's always cranking.
He's about to
jam.
feast.
That looks like him with Vanna White.
He's in for his annual checkup.
Whoa! I steal your youth.
What the fuck was that?
Tully's laptop.
I pulled the microphone too far.
I do think we'll find an Asian midget with a boner.
Wait, I'm sorry, we missed. Is that what's happening?
Asian midget with a boner. Yeah.
I'm a yes.
Nah, I'm a no. What the fuck? But now I do like this game all of a sudden. Play it at home, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not driving. There's no fucking way. It could wait. Are you? You can show. Yeah, you can show dicks on there.
On the internet, yes.
Yeah.
I feel it. If I'm,
Yeah, we just saw a whole bunch of
law.
Barbies.
if I'm Asian,
Shoved into them.
If I'm an Asian midget, am I gonna let you take a photo of my bono?
If he's a porn star.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is he?
Oh.
There's either going to be 0 or there's going to be like 50,000 of the same guy.
Because I think I saw on Snapchat an Asian midget. I can't say Asian anymore. But I.
Oh, that's the word you're worried about.
Yeah.
I think they prefer to be called Oriental.
He
midget.
said. This is not funny, Michael. Let's move on.
This
Yeah,
is a
so
dangerous game.
I don't think that there's any. I'm not saying any of
Yeah.
this.
Asian midget with a boner.
Asian small
For
people
200.
with an erection.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
wait.
Well,
Nah, that doesn't
Well,
count.
okay, there's a guy.
That guy's
He's not Asian.
He's not? What is
Wait,
he?
go back because it says
He's Mongolian.
Zez Inho, the midget fucking bondage babe.
So that's her.
Zez Inho, I do not
She-
think.
No, but
She doesn't
she's
have
the
a
midget
boner.
fucking boner babe. So that's not the midget.
No.
Wait,
Fuck.
she's a midget?
Oh wait, go to that
No,
Christmas one.
She fucks midget boners.
Yeah,
Oh.
look, I mean, you could be.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing any uh-oh.
Oh, what do we have here?
Oh,
There's an Asian elf.
God damn it.
Nailed
Wait,
it.
how do you know he's Asian? Get it closer.
His
Look at
face?
his face.
It just took us to a porn site.
Yeah, that's not... Yep, nah. I don't know.
I think we need to go to the
Man.
judge on this one.
Little
Yeah.
people are busy.
Judge Will, is that midget Asian?
Oh boy.
That's the question for today.
It's definitely a boner.
I believe that we've seen two.
You've seen two Asian midget boners.
I've seen two.
Two what?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to remember to Google this when I get home.
The answer is yes.
All right. Can you stop, Andrew?
Yeah, please.
Will we find a Google image of a lion masturbating?
No.
I'm sure we will.
No, because a lion has claws. It can't masturbate.
They use their pads.
They don't
I'm guessing.
fucking use their pads to masturbate.
Would
'Cause you've seen-
would self-fillating count?
No, yeah,
That
because,
is-
yeah, well, cats lick their box all the time. My cats lick their box.
Okay, if the lion has a boner and he's licking it, that counts.
Yeah,
Actually, no. Will, you're the judge. I'm just throwing that out
I
there.
don't want to step on your
Yeah.
toes here.
Hey, look, if he's gratifying himself, it's, that's
You've seen pictures
Well, wait a
of
minute.
cats like rubbing their
What,
shit.
what about if it's a girl lion? Wait, a lion. You say it's got to be a man lion.
No,
Yes. Wouldn't that be a lioness?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, totally. Yeah.
Oh shit!
And he's got to be stroking
Yeah.
his erection. Otherwise, if he's just itching himself, that doesn't count, right?
Right.
Well, but it could be you get the perfect still where it looks like the lion is jerking off. Even though, and would we say that a cartoon depiction would count?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
In
Yeah.
all of these.
I'm saying
We're gonna find this.
No, you're not.
We can do it.
All right, I'm a yes. Tully's a yes. Jason's a no.
I mean, he's
licking
his
his
nads.
nuts. And we can't see
Wait,
a
wait,
boner.
whoa! Go back up. There's look at the lion. The guy's sitting on a chair jerking.
Oh yeah!
Wait.
How are you missing this? There's a lion on a chair.
There's actually two.
I know that wasn't even the one I was looking at.
All right, that is a yes.
Oh man!
The other one's even more.
Wow,
vulgar.
yeah, no, there's like 5 of them.
Oh my god.
All right.
Cocks glisten a lot.
God damn.
That's because these lions keep spitting on him.
Man, is that the Lion King jizzing on himself?
Yeah.
God damn
Yeah,
it.
Simba jizzing all over his happy trail. Wow.
All right. Next up, Cardi B's butthole.
I hope so.
So it's got to be.
She's a stripper. She was a stripper, so I don't think so.
I say yes. Somebody will have a Photoshop.
Oh, okay. Well, then
Yeah, so it can be
Me
something purporting to be.
All right, well, I'll say no then. All right, there's a lot of her ass.
Damn it.
Until you see something like a nude, I think you can safely scroll past these.
Yeah, it's not going to be on her face, Andrew.
He's scrolling way
It's
too
not
slow.
going to be a photo from the VMAs.
Her asshole snuck out of the VMAs.
Yeah.
Sneaky shot.
Dumper slip.
Accidentally took
The
a
cameras
turn.
were snapping. She
Yeah.
had no idea her
Go to-
butthole was out.
Go to dumperslip.com.
Yeah, I think this is a no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Good for her.
God damn it.
Wow.
Okay, and let's do one more of Kevin's. A ball of earwax that looks bigger than a cue ball. That's a really funny thing to type.
now we watch Andrew.
What's a cue? Wait, what's a cue ball?
That's the white ball that you hit when you play.
Oh, then yes.
See, I think that a picture of a ball of earwax that big exists, but it's not going to be found by searching this way.
Looks bigger.
I think the cue
Damn.
ball is going to also throw you off. So I
Oh
say
yeah, me too. No.
Yeah, no. I'm a no.
I'll say yes then.
Oh, gross. There's some big turds being pulled out of ears.
yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, look at that. No.
What is that big pile there with a guy's thumb in it? It's not bigger than a cue ball.
No
though.
way.
No, that's too tiny. That also looks like marijuana wax.
Yeah, or unobtainium.
Yeah.
There's some
it's not looking
giant.
good.
Oh my god! Look at that thing coming out of that woman's ear. It's like an alien.
Okay, looks like a no. Let's move on to Andrew's Google image suggestions. Number 1. Unicorn drinking party.
That's what's going on in his head 24 hours a day.
I wish I was
I think
drinking with them.
unicorns do a lot of cool stuff, and but they don't drink.
Well, let's go to Judge Will. What would qualify as a drawing of 2 unicorns with beers in their hooves count?
I just realized it's going to be dudes with unicorn masks on at a bar. Does that count?
If they're holding, look, it has to be alcoholic
I'd say
beverage.
yes.
It's not just drinking water or something.
You know what's funny is it's obviously the robot German in him that calls it, let's have a drinking party.
Right.
But it actually will be unicorn drinking party.
We will ride in a limo car.
We will find this.
Yeah, I think we will as well, because I bet you it's going to show like a bunch of frat dudes in unicorn onesies bar hopping.
I think we're going to get the whole McGillicuddy.
Drawing?
McGillicuddy.
Ooh, not off to a good start here.
Lots of unicorn parties.
Nope.
Oh, wait.
That's a drunk unicorn.
There he is.
Is that a unicorn drinking party, though? That was one.
Yeah.
It's one unicorn.
Clearly a party.
There's decorations.
Was there anybody else there?
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
but it's a party.
Why am I arguing against myself?
He's
Good
at a
point.
party.
What the fuck?
It's got there's decorations everywhere, and
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
know
a
why we
joke.
keep
Yeah, because
scrolling
we
down.
found it.
Go back!
Andrew!
Drinking party.
Go back to that picture, dude. The one that we're talking about.
God!
There was a unicorn.
Why unicorn drinks? And it's a lonely unicorn sitting at a table with a
balloons everywhere.
Yeah, right. People were over there before. You're absolutely right. He's got a party. Oh, that's not a party hat. He's a unicorn.
Cake. Yeah.
No, he has a party hat over his unicorn horn.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, so that's a yes.
Okay, so that's a point for everybody.
Next one. Will we find a Google image result of Dr. Dre on a mountain?
I mean, he had to go to a mountain one time, right?
With his arms out.
And if he
when
went
he
to a
sold
mountain,
beats.
how many people took a photo of it?
I say no.
I say, I mean, he had on a mountain. Wait, he might not. Wait, did he hike? He might have hiked. Yeah, I'm super fit now. He's pretty private though. He's pretty private. He usually. What about on a hill? Will the hill count? Because I don't know if he was interested in a mountain.
As long as you can see that he's on the high ground and that everything around him is lower. To me, if it happens, it's going to be more of just like, Dr. Dre has metaphorically conquered the world,
Right.
and he's surveying his vast domain.
Right.
Like
yeah,
if
when
you
he
were-
became a billionaire,
owns
he
all
took
of
a
this.
press photo shoot on top of a mountain with his arms stretched out like, I own this bitch.
Yeah. Well done.
Earth,
Look,
Earth is mine.
If he's
I got the
overlooking,
sickest Cali weed.
if he's overlooking, for
Oh shit!
example,
I don't even smoke.
if he's on the Hollywood Hills overlooking Hollywood, I would say yes. To
All right.
that.
Well then, yes. He hiked one time. They took a photo.
Dr. Dre at a mountain.
Everybody
Yeah.
always takes pictures when they're on a mountain.
Runyon, son. Oh shit! Was that him on an actual mountain? Or was it another douche?
It's just
I don't know. We can't tell. We can't verify that's Dr. Dre.
There's Dr. Dre looking at a mountain.
Where?
The
Where?
mountain from Game of Thrones.
Where's he looking at a mountain?
Down the bottom left. No.
Hey, that's him on the top of a
Is
hill.
that him in the hills?
That's him in the hills.
That's him in his
Boom!
backyard.
Yeah, in the
hills.
fucking hills.
All right. You know what the
Looking
actual,
over the mountain.
The actual name of the Hollywood Hills is Santa Monica Mountains.
Yeah, and he's looking down to a valley. Yep. Totally.
He's like, yeah, I run you, son. You
On a
bought my
mountain.
shitty headphones.
Okay, so there
Those is
was
way better, but you still buy that shit.
there was a
My shit
picture.
hurts your ears. And you still buy it.
You guys are fucking stupid.
Way too tight.
Yeah.
Sounds like shit.
But-
Yeah.
yeah, but it's got my logo on it, you douche.
There is a picture of the mountain from Game of Thrones. So if somebody had photoshopped Dr. Dre riding piggyback on the mountain,
I would've
would that
counted
have counted? Will.
Yeah.
It's Friday.
All right, sweet.
Another one of Andrew's suggestions: Pepsi fighting Coke.
Definitely.
Yeah, cartoon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cartoon cans with hands and feet fighting
sure.
each other.
No.
No. All right.
Of course there is.
Boom!
Oh,
Millions
wow.
of them.
The entire page.
Yeah.
Oh wow, they had a knife fight. At
Sword
one point.
fighting, boxing.
Yeah, the Pepsi, the Pepsi guy was like, you didn't, like, Pepsi guy's got a knife and Coke doesn't.
Yep.
That's a bad matchup.
Yeah, he's like an
Cocaine
old
is
school
the mustache.
pugilist.
Hand grenades. There are all kinds of fights. Every kind of fight you can imagine.
All right, so Jason and Tully are tied with 6 points, and I've got 9 points.
No, then why are you bitching so much?
Yeah, hate the judge still.
That's how he's got 19.
I'm worried about the integrity of it. I've argued against myself many times.
Oh, he's working the ref. Another one of Andrew's, Nerds on Parade.
Well, yeah.
Isn't that a song?
That's
Bulls
Bulls
on
on
Parade. Yeah, I think we'll find Nerds.
Yeah, of course you will. That's all nerds do.
If you're in a parade, you're a fucking nerd. So.
Ooh, that was harsh.
I hate parades. Fucking hate them.
I like the gay parade.
You know what?
They all cause traffic and are unnecessary.
Being in band.
I mean,
isn't
yeah,
necessarily
but
the coolest thing.
What?
Being in band isn't necessarily the coolest thing at a lot of schools.
What's band practice thing, whatever that thing is.
But we need to see.
Oh wait, there.
Nerds.
Down next to the dog with the blue flag. yeah.
Wait, isn't Comic-Con like a nerd parade?
That's
pretty much.
That looks.
That's
like
Harry
a nerd.
Potter cosplay.
Yes, Harry Potter people all marching together. That is a nerd parade.
Yeah,
were they
like
marching
fucking
together,
nerds.
or were they just hanging out outside of Comic-Con waiting to get in?
Well, they're all wearing the same color T-shirts.
No,
okay,
go back to the.
Okay.
Go back to the photo.
They're marching.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's people behind dividers
Yeah.
watching them.
All right, you're right.
There's a barricade. There are other pictures.
We did it again, Will.
All right, Goth Slip and Slide.
No. Oh man, I hope so. And then I hope you can Google Map it, because I'm gonna go.
I say yes.
I say no.
I say no. Goth people hate
The sun.
physical shit and sun. Yeah. So that means it would have to be it would have to be a slide indoors at a club, and that would mean that there'd be like booze and tampons, and I'm not sliding down that fucking thing. You're out of your mind. I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
I think it's going to be like a silly Onion style Photoshop when it exists.
No.
No.
Not at all.
Even close. Not one drop of water.
Shout out to the Goths for keeping it real.
Good for
You will
you
not
guys.
get them on a fucking water slide.
Let's do.
Nice try, Andrew.
Right.
Let's do one
So wait,
more.
who
of
said yes
Andrew's.
on no on that one?
I did.
I said yes. Okay, and the final one of Andrew's Google image search suggestions: aliens riding dolphins.
That makes sense.
Shirt you could buy at Walmart, I would think.
Yeah. Not yet. But I would. That's because it's. I'd be pissed because it's going to be on a shitty T-shirt.
Hey, wait, is Joanna Angel one of the top results for Goth Slip and Slide?
Is that a Joanna Angel lookalike?
I
don't
think
it's
that's her.
Oh no, it's
That's her.
Wait, why is she a?
Because she used.
Oh, she's a goth nurse, right? That's why she's goth.
Yep, aliens riding dolphins. I say yes.
I say yes as
too.
well. Yeah,
Okay.
there's going to be drawings of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, very crude.
On a shirt! There you go!
All right. Okay.
Oh wow! There's a dog
That's
riding
a-
a horse riding a dolphin.
That is next level.
Oh, unicorn!
Wow.
Powerful imagery.
No, it means a lot to me when I see that.
Okay, and then we move on to Will's suggestions,
Uh-oh.
of which there are many.
He said a lot of bad. He said that in a bad way, Will.
I know.
I did save the weirdest
I know the tone.
for last.
Good.
Santa Claus with the body of a woman in a bikini.
I really like you, Will. And yes, I think you can totally see that.
So is this just a chick in a bikini with the head of Santa, or
Yes.
she's dressed like Santa?
I already see it in my head.
Yeah, it's going to be a bikini lady with a Santa face, and I say yes.
Yeah, me too.
All right. A lot of lady Santas.
We're fucked.
Yeah, a lot of ladies in bikinis wearing Santa hats, but a hat does not a Santa make.
Right.
Son of a bitch, Santa. I would have figured you to be a little friskier than that.
Wait.
Hey!
Not a woman, though.
You're right. That's
How dare you assume that fat man's gender?
That's a fat dude in a bikini.
Damn it.
Lady Diana flying around in a tornado.
Why would she be in a tornado? Think about it. She died in that car thing, but she was never in a tornado. She did walk across bombs one time. I remember she was like, I'm going to walk in the landmine. I'm more fortunate, but I don't care if my legs blow off.
Unless somebody took some severe
Well,
liberty with the cover
more of a
art.
woman than Paul McCartney's wife.
Oh. I'm in the hello, little boy. You have no legs. What happened? Landmine. I'm standing in the landmine right now with the little boy with no legs. You think he wouldn't want to go back there? I remember that. But there was no tornadoes. Maybe there could be a drawing of like a landmine blowing up and it looked like a tornado, and you can just see Lady Di's face in the. Nah,
I've lost my compass. I want to say yes to absolutely everything.
I'm saying there's no tornado with Lady Di in it.
Yeah, unless somebody had fun with the cover art for Twister. Is that the fucking
starring Lady Di?
Yeah.
But why Lady Di?
Yeah, why exactly?
Exactly.
Fuck
So
it. I'll say yes.
I say no.
Wizard of Oz, witch flying on a bike.
Shit. No, just tornadoes and then another photo next with Lady Di. Not two the same thing.
Yeah, well.
Makes sense though. I mean, what the fuck?
Right.
Good for you, Will.
Batman with no arms.
Fuck yeah. Because, no, wait. Why would Batman have no arms?
What if someone photoshopped like a seal
What
in
about
Batman?
What about if it's Batman?
Yes, what if?
What about if
He doesn't have arms. Does that count?
What about Batman as an action figure where a kid pulled his arms off?
I think I've got a feel for this judge now. I think he would roll with that.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna find Batman with no arms.
I agree. I think it's gonna be one of those inflatable pouncy things that you punch them and then they hit the ground and fly back up at you.
He has arms.
No, they don't. They're just a cylinder.
It's a fucking picture of him with arms in the cylinder.
Wait, what about that weird drawing there where Batman has wings?
Oh,
Does he
wait,
have
what?
arms there?
Wait, no, with the red blood coming out. That
There's
looks like
tits.
His arm has been pulled off.
That's
Wait,
Mrs. Batman.
No. Go back to that one. Yeah, click on that again. It's called Batman. Mrs. Batman has no arms.
That's Mrs. Batman is not.
Yeah, because it's
Batman.
tits.
Batman.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Wait, that guy doesn't have arms.
No, he doesn't. He has arms. It's under his belt. His wings.
We don't see the arms.
Yeah, but you can't do that. He has to be. You have to see that he has no arms. Not you can't see his arms.
Right.
In the photo. Yeah, I got it.
There's a very crude Microsoft Paint drawing of Batman with wings.
Yeah, a child that can't draw. That doesn't count.
Yeah, no, I don't see what I'm looking for there.
Couple more.
Always keeps his arms.
Yep.
Solid guy, Batman.
Yeah.
A couple more of Will's. A magician pulling a rabbi out of a hat.
Okay, now this could be some sort of. Somebody could be trying to insult Jewish people in a cartoon where a magician pulls a Jewish guy out of a hat because Jewish people are like rabbits.
Well, he can't be a Jewish guy. He has to straight up be a rabbi.
That's not even an insult. That makes no sense.
Right.
It's just totally you would do it because of the play on words of rabbi
Yeah.
instead of rabbit. And
Oh.
I say yes.
Oh yeah. Oh then yeah, you would.
I
And it's
see-
like those. It's like when people used to read those cartoons in the newspapers when I was a boy. People would read the
comic strips.
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
I have a theory on
Yeah, I
this.
gotta be
think-
Canadian again.
I think you're just going to get a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat every time. Cause
Me too.
they
It's
think
going to
you missed the
autocorrect
letter.
it.
Nope.
All right.
I'm with Tully.
Lots of rabbis.
Who are magicians.
Boom! Ah, there we go!
Oh my God! Fozzie Bear did it.
Fuck yeah, Fuzzy!
Fozzie Bear straight up pulled a rabbi out of a hat.
There you go.
Wow.
Yep, well known.
Waka waka,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Oh.
Well known anti-Semite. Fuzzy Bear.
Let's do three more of Will's. A roll of toilet paper floating in space.
Of course.
I say yes.
I say no.
It's probably a Japanese
This is-
commercial for toilet paper.
I'm about to lose my
you
lead if I'm wrong on this.
Fucking prick!
There it is! Oh, fuck! Yeah! Straight up!
Yeah.
Damn it!
Fucking toilet paper in near space.
Yeah.
All right, Jason, you and I are tied for the lead.
I just tried to open my Mexican mineral water with my knife, and my knife just snapped into pieces.
Ooh. That's one strong bottle of mineral water.
Right? Like, look at that. Wow, wow.
Okay, this is my favorite one. I just
Oh.
have to say this. This made me laugh a lot last night. Guy with a mullet eating a VHS tape.
See, I think this was the cover art for Will's radio show back when he had a mullet.
Yeah, why do I feel like that's a thing?
I'm going to say no to this one. This
I'm gonna-
is where I draw the line.
I'm gonna say yes.
I'm going to say yes as well. I think there's just like some cheesy art from like the golden age of video rental stores of
You
a
got
guy
a
just
mullet.
flipping out.
Plenty of mullets, plenty of VHS tapes.
No, fuck.
Eating a VHS.
What's Van Damme
no.
eating?
Oh,
What's
a
Van Damme
rattlesnake.
eating?
Oh, so close!
It's a rat.
What's Van Damme eating? I mean, and I don't know why, but he's eating a rattlesnake, which is crazier, really.
It's just really weird results for this one. Not even a lot of mullets. There's just like a random bald guy and
Yeah, I think that's J-Lo.
Sarah Silverman.
Yeah, that's doesn't seem to be appearing here.
Nope. No.
Son of a bitch!
On the internet.
Let's do one more that I think is a little bit more of a coin flip. Finally, will we find a Google image for a real rat wearing Mickey Mouse ears?
Yes.
Gotta be a real rat.
Yes.
Can't be a drawing of a real rat.
Yeah, I'm going to say no because rats don't have heads.
Good point. I think dead would be fine as long as it's a real rat, and I will say yes.
Oh, there's a cat.
Fuck!
Is that
it's a drawing
hamster?
of one.
But that's not a real rat.
Oh, yeah.
You're still in the game.
Fuck.
There's a rat rolling up a dollar bill.
Don't you fucking dare wear it, rat, because you got no fucking forehead, so you can't wear it, real rat. I know you can't. Nobody ever fucking... They tried to put it on there and it fell off and you couldn't take the photo.
Yeah, there's a
I know
hamster
you
or a
couldn't do it.
gerbil doing
I know
it.
you couldn't.
Oh my god, there's a horrific mangled child.
Where?
A black and
I
white
don't know why
picture.
I'm saying where, but... God damn it. Okay,
Oh
yeah.
boy, yeah. What,
That's terrifying.
There's some real rats.
You're gonna do it, baby. Come on, baby, you can do it. You're gonna do it.
Almost at the bottom of the fucking
I'm gonna
page.
do it.
Come on! Let's see it!
Yeah! Come on, no rats, baby, no rats!
Fucking
No! 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 No!
There's a dead
Oh,
rat.
we're at the bottom!
Yeah!
Wait, is that it? Wait!
No, that's a fake. That's not
It's
real.
fake. Look at those buck
Oh,
teeth.
yeah. No, we do not have a rat.
But what if it was a dead rat and they
No,
tossed it?
woo! You know it's not. Woo!
You know it is.
Woo!
No, that's not a straight up Norwegian rat. The face, yeah.
And the judge says,
Jason takes the lead.
boom!
The win.
Woo!
Yeah.
Boom! Woo!
Unless you guys run the system continue.
No. Woo! Woo! Yeah. No, stop definitely it. Not. Yeah. All right.
I think we're good here.
We'll be back.
See, I thought we were going to find something like that hamster.
Yeah, no, me too. That's what I thought of. When
I definitely thought that. Yeah, like because people have said so many negative things about Disney that you would just.
Yeah, you just think.
Yeah.
It's natural.
Yeah.
Natural as a toilet paper floating in space.
I love your suggestion.
I was trying to think of weird shit.
No, you definitely did it.
I'm good at thinking of weird shit, I guess.
I've got a fucking blade hanging off my chain.
Yeah, that could be dangerous.
Right?
Go right through your sternum. Okay, I'll go print these. Is there any other order things going on?
long do we have? 4.5 minutes, a little over 4.5. This and go grab it. I'm really sorry, but let's see. It's how long? About how long you been here? We're back to 4.5 minutes.
Can I borrow your key card, Betsy?
Thank you very much.
I'll be right.
Kevin, you want to explain to Jason the moaning? Where you have that stuff?
What are you doing?
You wanted to do NHL news with the girl exercising audio?
Yeah. Where's the button?
So on the bid intros page, by the regular intros for NHL news and the music for it, there's 2 different clips of moaning.
And Tully.
There's
Tully. I've got the Putin thing.
Yeah. I put them so they're on different faders, so you can kind of tweak them as you go. But they're that's from the Roosevelt, and that one is just a mix, like a massive multi-track mix of like Katie recording her moaning workout stuff.
Okay.
So
when
you always play like
I'll play a long rejoin so I can get over there to get ready for the NHL news.
Okay. Yeah, so the Zombie Nation music.
Oh, it's down there. Okay.
They're all 3 of them are on different faders, so they won't interrupt each other, and you can kind of.
Okay. Thanks, dude.
Yep.
I don't know how legit it comes off to people listening. This one, like while we're having a good time, there's a visual aspect to it. How does that play? As long as we're having fun, I think that's most important.
I think it's a little frustrating. They're going, is it there? Is it there? And they can't. But
But they can also guess along with you guys. Be like, yeah, I think they'll be able to find that.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's hard to say, but I think it's okay. Oh God! Get the fuck out of here, dog. Yeah, you got time off.
Oh, okay.
There's no reason you can't be sitting there.
All right.
Can you see if Luis J. Gomez is talking about fighting right now on Twitter?
What was that? Gomez is talking about fighting on Twitter right now.
He posted a video of him sparring.
It's way colder out there, huh?
I'm okay in here.
I feel like that when the door opens, I feel it.
The Jason Ellis Show. shots and get
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another edition of fucking NHL news. The coldest game on Earth is down to the final Frozen Four as the Predators and Jets settle their series last night. Cashville was hoping the Catfish would be flying at the Bridgestone Arena as Winnipeg tried to beat the odds and take Game 7 away from home. Picarini had been standing on his head while Victor Asvedizon and Philippi Fergusberg have been putting in the biscuit in the basket and getting the Preds back into the series, but they were no match for the speedy Jets. Winnipeg relied on the youngsters like Elborg, Denmark native Nikolaj Ethelers and stud demand Dustin Byfuglien to deke their way into the Western Conference Finals. The season had quite a bit of chirping, and even a couple of can openers. I love can openers. The opponents, the surprise Vegas Golden Knights, have been resting and maybe spending some time with a few puck bunnies and boosties since dispatching the San Jose Sharks earlier this week. If the Golden Knights are going to continue their run to the Lord Stanley Cup, they will need their I don't fucking know that word. Incarnate?
Sound it out.
Contingent.
Yeah.
What's contingent?
Contingent.
Oh, contingent. Perrier.
The Earth's first soft drink.
Oudad. And Bellemare. No. Bellemare Lucas Sabiza. And, of course, who can forget Mikhail Grabowski to continue their free skating, wheeling and dealing, deke heavy brand of hockey. What's that? What's deke? Don't worry, I wrote it.
Faking you out?
The Eastern Conference finally gets underway tonight in the Eastern. Wait. Hockey bed, Tampa Bay, Florida has Lightning take a crack at the Washington Capitals. The Bolts were probably expecting to face the Pens, but Alexander Ovechkin, who I love, and Evgeny Kisnoz lead the several undermanned Caps team to their first conference final in 20 fucking years, Will.
Can't believe it. What you're telling me here.
The Caps were down men due to incredibly dubious. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's impossible. That's not even what that says. Dubious suspension, along with injuries, so much that Aussie Nathan Walker had to step up big in Game 6. His assist on the dynamite circle around the net and dropped past to Alex Chazon, made him the first Australian to register a point in an NHL game. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. The question will remain Tom Wilson cause the Bolts to skate around with eggs in their pockets, hate when they've got their eggs in their pockets, or will they riverboat gamble John Carlson, get burned by the Lightning's quick dump and chase game, leading to the top shelf spine and Selly. The game continues tonight, and we'll be back during the conference finals with another Jason Ellis show NHL report thing.
One quick note on the NHL. The balance of power in the league is likely to be turned on its head next year if a certain 65-year-old rookie makes his appearance. I'm speaking, of course, of Russian Premier Vladimir Putin, who showed off his hockey skills for the third straight year at an exhibition game involving a bunch of retired Russian NHL pros in Sochi.
Why doesn't Trump play hockey? Why don't they play hockey against each other?
That's a good question.
Miracle on Ice.
Wait, which one is he?
He's number 11.
He's ice skating.
He's the guy that you will see scoring 5 goals in
Wait,
a game.
Wow, he's really good.
And he's late to the game.
Wait, that was his assist.
No. The
Oh, he
guy
assisted
him and see the goalie let the puck go past and then fall over like 5 literal seconds later.
Look at that excited crowd.
Why does everybody in Russia look sad about
I know. There's something very North Korea
Okay, that wasn't fake.
All of this.
That also wasn't Putin.
Oh.
Here, check out the assist. See, he's waiting all by himself.
Okay.
So 3 years ago, he's actually getting worse at hockey because 3 years ago he scored 8 goals in this game, and then 2 years ago, and then a year ago he scored 7.
I mean,
this year a mere 5.
The goalie tried to stop it. Look, Michael, you're trying to make it out like Putin isn't an excellent ice hockey player, and I disagree. I mean, 5 goals, and look, he's just so blasé about it. He's just cruising around, very serious face, stone cold face.
Yeah, he's blasé about everything. He's one of the most cold-blooded appearing individuals I've ever come across.
Right, and
seems to have ice water in his veins.
The goalie stopped that shot, Michael.
Yeah, because Putin didn't take it.
No, Putin did this. Look, he blocked.
Oh, you're right. He did.
See?
Boy, that is what
he was never seen again.
What a nerve-wracking job to know that you have to give up 5 goals, but you have to make it look.
Come on, dude! You had to give. Oh, okay. That guy did. That guy could have stolen the puck off him, and he didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, is everybody else in there? I wish I could play more. I wish I knew the game. I mean, nah. I mean, is everybody else as old as him out there, or was he the oldest?
I think he's probably the oldest.
I mean, you can't hit. Did you say 65 or something?
65.
You can't hit a 65-year-old dude to the ice.
Was the final score like?
Oh yeah, you can.
75 to 69 or something? Was everybody scoring with absolutely no?
Is that what was happening? Because if that's the case, then it's not as.
12 to 7.
Okay, see.
His team won, so his 5 goals made up the goal difference.
I don't know. I just.
It's a little.
There's a part of me kind of thinks it's cool that he's playing hockey with people.
Yeah.
I guess he starts scoring too many goals, but I also feel like. Who was it? Was it John McCain? One of them snowboarded, and I remember going, "Oh, what a desperate attempt to relate to the kids." But I was being a hater. But I feel like if Trump, like I like knowing that Obama played basketball. I remember seeing a photo of him doing a fadeaway where I was like, "Holy shit!" Like he's in the air. Like it's not he's better than I am. And I was like, check him out. If he played a game, I just feel like if you played a game when you're getting a little older and you're way better than the guy, to be over the top and push on him is kind of inappropriate. Like I would, you know what I mean? Like you got to be there, but you can't like potentially hurt the guy. He's fucking old. I mean,
Right.
now I'm watching video of Obama play basketball, and I'm like, he's not old at all. I mean,
One dude actually elbowed him, and it was a big story in a game.
Well, the thing that I had heard, and I've never played basketball with Barack Obama, needless to say, was that he was very sensitive to people trying to take it easy to him.
Yeah,
because he's
enough.
president. So he would be such a fucking asshole to you on the court that you couldn't take it easy on him.
I'm cool with that too.
I am too.
I mean, when you're saying such an asshole, he's still like in the bounds of not just being technical out of a game. He's, he's rubbing you around. You'd be like, okay, he's kind of giving me the message, if I play basketball a lot, that it's okay to be to have some contact here, and rightfully so. I mean, I feel like if you're a human being that loves the game, you'd be pretty pissed that nobody wanted to rub on you. You'd be like, I would explain it. I'd just say, hey man, I know I'm the president, but
kiss my ass as soon as we're done here.
Yeah, but please play the game like you really want to win it.
Right. If Barack Obama played an exhibition game with a bunch of retired NBA
man,
guys,
he got a sweet little jump shot. That was awesome.
From what I gather, he was decent at. We're not going to see Donald Trump doing.
I'm from Australia, so everybody looks good at basketball to me. Sorry.
I don't think you need to apologize. I think he's an okay amateur basketball player.
Right.
There's nothing.
Which makes him way better because he also just so happened to be the president.
And we have to do fucking equal time. So yeah, I'm sure George Bush is like a really good golfer. Like whatever.
Oh, okay.
Fine. So there just aren't a ton of athletic presidents that we can point
to. Yeah, it's always weird when they...
Because they're older. He's a younger president.
Lincoln! He could kick people's ass.
That's a young sport, kicking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but it's unfortunate we don't have video of that. But, I mean, it is true. They wrote in books that he beat the shit out of people, right? Mm-hmm. That's great.
And far more recently, Teddy Roosevelt would have been... is a total man's man.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what, like, sport per se he took part in, but, if you're talking just, like, kicking ass...
He hunted the shit out of animals.
Yeah, he's like half the reason they're all gone. All by
okay,
himself.
now I'm getting pissed. This is constant. I'm now watching constant video of Obama just balling it up all over the fucking world.
Just casually went behind the back.
Yes, he's dropping threes all over the place. This is crazy how much he's
and he frequently played golf when he should have been more busy being president.
Right. So what's up? So what? Okay,
all of them
I don't know about
do
that one, but so. It's like you see the Russian guy playing hockey, and it's nowhere near as bad now. And I don't think it was as much a setup. I don't think it was like, if he doesn't get 5 goals, 3 people on the team will die.
Well, then how come he got 8 2 years ago and 7 last year and 5 this year? This wasn't an unprecedented thing. This is what happens at this game. He scores more goals than the other team combined.
Okay. If Obama played our game with a bunch of other old people, do you think Obama would score a lot of points?
Well, yeah, I think if he was in the Big 3 tournament with the retired, NBA guys, Ice Cube's league with like Derek Fisher and shit like that, like of course they're going to let him get a couple of shots.
Would you hate him for it?
I would consider it a joke if he was the leading scorer at the end of the game.
Right. That's the tell.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just trying to see it from the because I just feel like
I understand what you're doing. Sure.
We don't see. I'm not
the good in Putin.
I don't see the good in anybody over there. The media only tells me how everyone's just a prick. You don't see videos of like people just walking around with their kids and shit.
That's kind of the media's job.
Is what?
Talking about how people are pricks.
Well, except for the ones that they like. The media likes some people, right?
Yeah, of course they do. Well, I mean, just generally speaking, yeah. But these are individual people.
Wait, we got Bill Clinton playing basketball. Okay, I can already tell Bill's
gassed.
He's just a basketball guy. But he's out there playing with the kids. That's just like that's a president playing with children.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll even fuck it. I'll run.
Ooh, he elbowed that kid in the face.
Well, there's 3 levels to this, and we expect the middle one, or at least I tend to, of my president. The one is, wow, he actually takes this seriously, and he's actually pretty good at it. And then there's sure, he played when he was a kid like the rest of us.
Right.
And he's whatever.
That's what Bill's doing right now. He has no idea how to play basketball at all.
The one that I don't trust is, oh my God, is this the first time he's ever handled a basketball? I can't trust that guy.
I agree.
Yeah.
Whenever it looks like he's rehearsed how to hold a ball before I agree. That is fucking weird, right?
That's all we want from the first pitch thing is make it look like you've held a baseball before. And I have no trouble telling people. I had a conversation with a mom at my kid's t-ball about this. I think I've said it on the air. There's so few things that my child must do. My kid's got to be able to throw a fucking football and a baseball and shoot a basketball. He doesn't have to love it. He doesn't have to go pro. He doesn't have to get a college scholarship. But yeah, dude.
I'm very similar in that way. I think there are things that I've had my kids try. You have to try this one time to see if you like it. And there are things that they hung on to and things that they didn't.
Well, I don't know. Look, everybody has.
No, the Gipper threw the ball just fine.
You wait till your kids get older, and maybe You never know. Your kids could be like, I absolutely do not want to do that one thing that you think I have to do, and you'll realize that it's not that big of a deal.
Well, that's why I'm doing it while he's 6.
Because my kids rode moto and skateboarded when they were real little, because I was like, they're gonna, and now they don't really want to, and I'm like, if I made him do it now, I would be a bad parent.
Right, but I still believe that if your kids were like just pick up basketball comes up in my America, quite a bit more than hey, let's go riding dirt bikes does.
Right.
But still, if that presents itself,
but they both know something about it. I
first
just
time
realized.
That they've done it. Yeah.
Good point. Good
point.
Right.
Right.
That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Right. And they okay. Good point. Because even my daughter who doesn't like that was good.
George Bush threw a strike.
W threw a great pitch.
Yeah.
You can see it on his face.
Came through.
Yeah, he owned the Rangers. He's a baseball guy.
Yeah.
With money, he made it all by himself.
Oh, come on. God, yeah, everything was fine. And then you have to take that sharp left-hand turn, so to speak. All right, I got news for you guys.
Oh, man! For sending us off for a happy weekend.
Right.
That Will's giving us all the news.
All the good news. A video was released of an Alpharetta, Georgia police officer conducting a traffic stop. The officer was... one of the officers
an alien.
That responded
a
was
robot.
Suspended and an internal investigation was ordered.
Wait a second, hold on. This is important. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but...
breaking news?
Kind of.
Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen.
So everybody gets slightly different stuff based on their past use when they Google things.
Right.
A listener by the name of Mike said the very first thing that came up when he searched for rat with Mickey Mouse ears is Ringo's Rat Tails, Mickey Mice.
Wow.
An albino rat with Mickey Mouse ears.
What do you know?
Well, too late. I won already.
Yeah. Okay, Putin. All right, so... A video was released of the Alpharetta, police. They had pulled
the infrared police.
Alpharetta.
What's an Alpharetta?
It's a place in Georgia, Atlanta.
Oh, okay. That's a weird name.
They pulled this woman over, and she wouldn't sign the ticket. She wouldn't get out of the car, and the guy she said, "Get a supervisor over here. I'm not signing your thing." And it's like, "You have to, or I have to take you to jail."
Yeah.
Some other officers showed up on the scene after he requested help, and basically this guy was going to be suspended. He was suspended, and this police officer ended up quitting his job.
Which one? The suspended one?
The one that came to help this other police officer. He got suspended, and he was like, fuck it, fuck you guys, I quit. What happened was... the guy was giving the 65-year-old woman a ticket.
Yeah.
She wouldn't sign it. She wouldn't roll down her window. Then she wouldn't open her door. And then she did open her door, but then she shut it like on the cop when he was trying to talk to her. And he was saying, "Hey, you signed this. You're not saying you're guilty. You just have to sign the ticket.
He's doing his job.
Or I have to take you to jail."
Right.
Exactly. Anyway,
she committed the crime.
The cop shows up to help the other cop.
Yes.
And ends up shouting at the lady, "Hey, you're not in charge. Shut the fuck up and get out of the car."
He lost his cool.
Yeah.
Backup came with a very angry backup.
It's like that time that Cameron argued with that Haitian lady who just taken a poop in his house.
No, but look, I was thinking
exactly, Michael, exactly like that. And everybody knows when a Jamaican lady takes a poop in your house and you tell her to get the fuck out of there, you've lost the argument.
I was thinking that...
Remember that, everybody.
This cop lost his cool. That's unprofessional, right?
Right.
But the guy did make a statement when he was resigning, and he said...
Fuck all y'all.
I feel...
Fuck you, you're cool.
I feel I acted appropriately and the way I was trained when I arrested Mrs. Campbell. I did what was necessary to complete the arrest by...
Did she get out of the car when he said that?
Yes.
Right.
See, this is what he said. He said, by raising my voice and using verbal commands, using heavy controlled talk with profanity. It worked instantly, and she exited the vehicle immediately. Maybe I shouldn't have used profanity.
Agreed. You
Now-
could have said frickin'.
Now here's the thing: the
That's
headline.
that you're cool with frickin', right?
Yeah.
If I get out of the frickin' car, lady.
Like,
Is that?
Yeah, you can
Can
say
I be
that.
in trouble? I can't, right?
Who knows?
Well,
Yeah.
dude, I feel like just because you're old doesn't mean you can't just tell everybody to fuck off.
Right.
I have to go to jail. I have to take the ticket. You have to take the ticket.
Exactly. That's what I thought. But the headline, see, on the news article was 65-year-old diabetic grandmother dragged from car during traffic stop.
Right. Bullshit artists.
And under that, there was a picture of the woman, and the quote, the caption is, "I didn't expect that in America." You're a bullshit artist. But I mean, you just follow the orders.
Yeah.
and you're
Sometimes,
fine.
so what you're saying, Will, is sometimes 65-year-old diabetic grandmothers ought to be dragged from their car.
Yeah, I'm saying it.
I'm saying
that's
that
what you're saying.
No, I'm not. I'm saying she
I
wasn't
am.
dragged from her car.
Yeah, she was told she was yelled at.
Yes.
But what about if she'd refused to move? Then in that case, a
She should've-
65-year-old diabetic
Should've
grandmother
been-
should be dragged from her car.
There are situations
or the
that
police
call
could
for
like
that.
yeah.
In Wilpendorf versus America.
Yes, it
Yes,
was. Yep.
absolutely.
He should do the thing where he breaks the window out.
Yeah,
and unlocks the
unnecessarily.
door.
Yeah.
And takes her out.
Through the broken window.
Should have planted some crack on her.
When she puts the when you
That's
put
how
her
they used to do it.
put her in the back of the car. Make sure she hits her head on the top of the roof before you put her in there.
Oopsies.
Yeah, my bad, lady.
Yeah.
Diabetic, my ass.
I don't know what's right, wrong, but I watched the whole video and it looked like
shouldn't
everybody
have-
was kind of doing their job, and that guy shouldn't have used profanity.
That's all.
But come on, man, that's not like you should be suspended and fired because you used the F word.
I'm sorry, what happened to him again?
He was
I know
suspended.
he quit, but
they were doing an investigation on him, and he's like, you know what? Fuck you guys. I've been doing this for a while and haven't done anything bad. So
yeah, because I also don't object to like, yeah, you shouldn't have used that language if there was some mild discipline for him.
Yeah,
as
that's
well,
fine
then I
too.
don't have a problem with that. Yeah.
Right. A police chief is kind of apologizing for something a detective said last month in Decatur, Illinois. Detective Chad Larner, who is the training director of the dog training academy for the police, he gave an interview to a newspaper there where he said, where he said that because pot is basically becoming legal there, they're going to have to kill off all the police dogs.
What?
He was saying that, police
okay.
dogs, hey, they if they don't have a job to do, I guess we'll have to euthanize a lot of them. And
Euthanize? You mean retire them into just dog living life?
Well, it's not that simple, Jason.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
No, you want to smoke your pot, now dogs have to die.
I don't get that.
Well,
I don't understand why. Yeah, so he accidentally said that?
Well, I mean, I think he was just trying to... I think he's angry that pot's becoming legal. He spent a lifetime like, oh, these are the drug user, drug dealer guys,
But can
and
he
now it'll be legal?
Don't dogs smell cocaine and shit, Michael?
Some of them do.
These
Can't
dogs...
can't that weed dog, like, go back to cop school and
can't teach an old
get
dog
it?
new tricks?
But yes, you can.
Now he says they can't be retrained.
So he only knows weed.
Replacing the dogs would cost millions, and retraining them would be... I'm not saying this is right. I'm just saying what they said. It would be extreme abuse. Once they're programmed with that, you can't just deprogram them. The dogs are also trained against being social in order to be effective workers, which is why he said you couldn't just...
So he could live out his life at the police officer's home, couldn't he?
Yep.
I would tend to think so.
What about a police farm?
There you go.
Police dog farm.
Dog farm. Big farm in the sky.
What about if we tied ropes to them and they pull logs?
Mush!
What about if they live at rehab, where weed is still frowned upon?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the club at the Hard Rock.
Yeah. What about if they move them to Utah?
That's a good idea as well.
Because that's illegal there, huh?
Yep.
Yep. It'll probably be forever.
51-year-old Richard Rem of Fort Dodge, Iowa, was playing with his dog, Baloo, on the couch.
Yeah, I really don't like the name Baloo because I met a guy a long time ago that was like, my dog's name's Baloo, and I'm like, why did you name it Yellow?
I don't
it's
really
fucking
like...
stupid. It's blue, man.
I don't really like
Baloo.
guys named Dick Ram.
Yeah.
Wait, his name's Dick Ram?
It wants Ram.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so he's playing with his dog. The dog was jumping on his lap, and he would toss it off. The dog would jump back. Well, the dog
He tossed it on a stick.
Got pissed, grabbed the gun, pulled the trigger, shooting the owner.
What?
He says I was lying on the couch and we were horsing around, me and the dog. I was tossing him off my lap. He was jumping back on. Apparently, he bumped the safety of my gun one time because the gun was sitting on his stomach or something. And when he bounded back over, one of his toes went right down into the trigger guard.
Yeah.
He called 911 and told them my dog shot me. But Richard says his dog is a pussy. He says that while he was waiting for the ambulance, the dog laid down beside him and cried because he thought he did something wrong.
He did do something wrong.
He did. He shot somebody.
He shot his dad.
Back in October of 2015.
My dog's still sorry for shitting on me. Every time I see him, I'm like, man, he still hasn't slept in the bed. 3 days straight, he's out.
I was looking to see how often that might happen, and I came across a story from October of 2015. This woman was hunting. She put her shotgun gun down on the ground, and the dog pulled the trigger and shot her in the foot.
That's what you get. Seriously, gun safety, man. If you have your gun around,
yeah.
Don't have a fucking magazine with a loaded bullet in it, you dumbass. Andrew, you have a interesting angle. Your dad was a canine officer. Right, because your dog was friendly to you guys, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I was 3 years old playing with this dog, like pulling on his ears, sticking my fingers in his eyes.
See?
Doing a little toddler.
That guy's a liar.
Yeah, and
thank you, Andrew.
And these guys have a special relationship with
Tell your
their
dad
dogs.
thanks for his service too. Have a good day.
Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. I love you, Jason.
Wait a minute. I love Andrew.
All right, let's talk about crabs.
Love on a Friday, Will.
Oh, yeah?
I touched my nipples a lot lately. What do you think about that?
Because you like it?
No, I don't. I think I used to put my hand here always to check my heart because I was always paranoid about dying all the time.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
And now
you realized you were adjacent to a pleasure center.
Yeah. Then I realized, you know what? Instead of touching my heart, I should be yanking my nipples.
That's good. What you've done here is take a bad habit and turn it into a good habit, and that's what you want to do with everything in your life.
All right.
Crabs. A woman.
Had him twice.
Kristen Hughes was heading home on the Toronto subway system, took a photo of 4 live crabs, each with a seat of its own, on the crowded Line 1 subway train. How do you think the crabs got there?
They walked there.
Sideways.
Yeah, obviously.
Christine, who took the photo, didn't know what was happening. She just took the picture because there were some crabs on the subway.
Yeah.
Then she realized a man had put the crabs on the seats surrounding him so no one could sit near him.
That's very shellfish.
Oh my God!
You're out of here.
A fucking
early retirement.
Fuck you, Tully show on some fuck off. Fucking ass. I gotta fucking live with it and work with it.
Right?
I got no fucking escape around here.
It was perfect and you know it.
It was so good though. Fuck! That was really good. But fuck, get me out of here, man.
They pinched the guy.
I'm not going home.
Okay.
I gotta go somewhere else where nobody has any of those for a while.
Boy, when did this guy get so crabby?
Oh! Oh no! Cool Beats, come in here and host the show. I'm out.
Anyway, a girl almost sat down. This is what the woman who took the picture said. She said, a girl almost sat down on the crab seat, but then saw the crabs, gasped, and then walked off. But, according to the woman who took the photo, about 30 seconds later, she comes storming back and is a real effing hero. This is what the woman says. She shouted at the man, "What is this? Crabs on the seat? So no one can sit down? All these people standing here tired of working after a long day? What is it? You paid money for these seats? Did you pay $2 so you could have these crab seats?" And then she flicked the crabs off of the seat.
Good. Did the crabs explode on the ground?
No, she stormed off, and the man put the crabs back on the seat, so everything was just back where it was. Oh, but not before he shouted at the woman, "That's crab assault!" This is what happened in Toronto.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
Remember?
I got a DM from that guy the other day.
I got a DM from him the other day. That's
he's on
why
fire, huh?
he's got a. Didn't he win an award for podcasting?
The Lightning Train is the leading podcaster in America today.
Thanks to his internship at the Jason
Right.
Ellis show.
That's where he learned all his business.
He's a fucking champion. Shout out to that dude.
Yeah.
By the way, the Toronto Transit System issued a statement that saying, unless it is a service crab or emotional support crab, they must be contained in a sealed carrier at all times.
I get it.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. And I don't think it's good for crabs to be on seats. I don't think they like being on trains either. You know? They like being in DC.
Yeah.
They like, don't they dry out and shit?
You'd think.
Gotta be in a backpack against each other. I feel like they're not good in backpacks. They could break.
Well, I don't know. They're fine. Like, you can certainly go to seafood markets where they're just hanging out on top of each other. Again, I cannot respect or take seriously any animal that will happily live on top of other kinds of itself.
Yeah, they're not happy about it.
No, but they'll do. But they can. They're not in the water, is what I'm saying. They might spritz them a little bit, but they can hang like that for at least a day or two.
I need salsa, Betsy. Wait a minute, you want to find out about dogs shooting people? It's a big thing. Craig, you're a surgeon.
Yeah, so I'm a hand surgeon, and when I was in fellowship, we had a guy who was out hunting with his dog, and he was standing there with his hand folded over the top of his shotgun, and kind of leaning it against him, and his dog jumped up, hit the trigger, and blew a hole in both of his hands.
Wow.
And he ended up losing 3 fingers on one hand and 2 on the other. Had multiple surgeries. It was simply an act. You just like standing there, like you have a gun loaded, waiting for something to happen, and all of a sudden, all the hands.
Did he kill the dog?
No, he didn't. He kept the dog. Right? They said it was an accident. He didn't need it. He was hunting dog apparently.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're a surgeon that listens to this show.
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm just saying.
I know. Well, thank you,
Nice.
Craig. Fuck you, Will.
What?
Surgeons can listen to the show. What? You have to be a fucking moron to like us?
No, I'm just saying, you
Wait,
know.
what kind of surgery do you do?
Hand surgeon. Oh.
We
You do
need-
plastic surgery?
Yeah.
I need tits.
A simple outpatient procedure. You're
I just think I'd be bigger. Shows be huge if I had tits.
Oh, what do you think about that cold sculpting thing?
I think it's great for the right thing. It takes about 30% of the fat away from any area. It's not foolproof, but it works well.
Interesting. That's
Very.
what one angry lady on Instagram keeps telling me.
I'm going then.
Any other questions for the surgeon?
Yeah, like when you talk to people outside of work, do you find yourself thinking about like the guts that are inside of them since you see them on a daily basis?
I think more of like the aesthetic problems they have. I look at their face and go, man, you'd be so much better looking if you just had X, Y, or Z done.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
So you could like look at pictures of everybody on the staff and
Yeah.
tell us what plastic surgery we should probably have.
Could you do that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
I'd love that.
Could
I'll
we
put
do-
you on hold.
And then could
Get
you
your
give,
info.
and then could you give it to us for free? We'll give you T-shirts.
Yeah.
Live on the air.
Will's got a cum rag.
Okay.
I'll put you on hold.
So there was a giant, almost life-size Millennium Falcon on my street last night.
What's a millennium? Wait, that's not real.
That's the spaceship that Han Solo flies around in Star Wars.
Yeah, that's not real. That wasn't anywhere.
Is it gone now?
I don't know. I think they've probably taken it apart by now because the premiere was last night.
Oh, I see. Because that's the thing that they do now for tourists to take selfies with and stuff. There's lots and lots of movies where the
Well-
Ready Player One and everything, and they built
That was one thing. That's
they
one
built,
thing.
Well, they built the It House.
Yes.
It's kind of a thing.
Yes, those are two things that they did. Now, when they do the Star Wars movies in general, like they had an X-wing fighter for the last Star Wars movie, life size. It's behind shields and stuff, so you can't really see it. It's for the people who are attending the premiere. I don't know why they have to be selfish like that. You know, just let everybody take a look at the movie.
The new Han Solo movie is not going to be good.
Well, that's what I was going to say is that, we do get to see a young Han Solo become friends with a hairy little scamp named Chewbacca.
Oh, okay, that'll be fun for about 2 seconds.
And then now we get to see some pretty boy dressed up like Harrison Ford for Halloween for 2 hours.
And the notorious gambler.
You could look at it like that.
Lando
Carlesian?
Carlesian. The movie comes out on the 25th, I think.
Yeah, great.
But the movie reviews will be released this coming Tuesday. A bunch of people, though, that were there that are going to review the movie tweeted about it, and it's kind of a mixed bag. Of course, there are people that are saying it's their favorite movie of all time. But here's some of the other things some of these reviewers said about it. Just came out of Solo and confirmed it's kind of a blast.
That's
a blast. No, it sounds...
Maybe it's a good thing, but I just hate that guy.
These things
agreed.
Sound like you're trying to say nice things about something.
No, he's just a douche, and he says it's kind of a blast about all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's the way he talks. Yeah. It's like somebody saying it's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. A few rough edges getting there, but I thought Ron Howard pulled it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some fun to be had. I was hoping for higher stakes, more energy and depth.
That guy's never satisfied.
A mostly fun adventure.
Wait, there was parts where it was not fun?
I enjoyed enough of it.
All right, look, we're analysing something that
everybody has a bit of a rough start.
If you need to watch it, you're going to watch it. Yes. If you don't need to, then you'll be me.
Right.
Then you can skip it. Right. I always remember when I lived in England that they had a very different relationship to James Bond movies. That's their shit.
Yeah.
That is their fucking shit.
Yeah, I'm from Australia, and there's a connection to England, so you did watch those when you were growing up. And then they switch. If you switch to a guy where you didn't grow up on him, you're allowed to get out now.
Right. It's similar to, I think, the way that we feel about Star Wars. It's a slightly more religious kind of thing. And I remember, it was like the first Pierce Brosnan was out around then, and
that's when I was allowed to get out.
Right.
Yeah, I got out then.
And that's fine. Look, I'm not a James Bond guy, so I've seen like one or two of the Connery ones. I don't really care all that much, but I remember the way the way that they talked about it was much more of like, okay, they didn't fuck it up. It was cool.
Right.
It was like a given that you were gonna go see it, and you were just terrified it was gonna suck. And this is the way that I feel about Star Wars, and that's the tone that these reviewers are trying to reflect. Okay, they didn't fuck it up. It's fine. Right. There's some stuff that didn't work.
Right. It's that comic book thing where they have to like not fuck with stuff.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. Don't worry. It is a Star Wars movie. They did successfully make it. That's it. It's Bond. He felt like Bond. We're okay here.
You're right. And also, they're comparing it to they're not comparing it to other movies. They're comparing it to other Star Wars movies.
And there's this thing where it's kind of like if you have skateboarding in a movie and you do it in a cheesy way, you're letting us all down. Same, you know what I mean? Like if it was a fight movie where it's like really cheesy to make. So now for them, anything that happens forever in a movie has to keep their image correct.
Yeah,
like it's sort of like. If he makes a movie where Han Solo didn't do something that he was supposed to do, well, now they're not as cool as they were when just walking down the street.
Right.
He's let them all down.
That's right.
It's kind of bullshit.
And this movie was in real trouble. I mean, they fired directors and stuff and went through a bunch of different reshoots and all.
They brought Ron Howard in at the 11th hour strictly because he was A, available and willing to do it, and B, because he was a professional. And they were like, we have X amount of time left. Fix this. And that's what he did. He didn't come in with some grand vision. He was in there to do. He was a surgeon. He was a MASH unit. He was doing damage control. But I think they did the same thing with Rogue One, and that one turned out fine. The problem is the last real Star Wars movie, actual part of the chronological trilogy, Last Jedi, was not very good. So they're in a bit of a slump at the moment, and I suspect this one will extend that. My kid doesn't even care about it anymore. That's fucking. If you want a canary in a coal mine, that's bad.
That is bad. Yeah. Jason.
Yes, Will.
What is tartar?
Tartar is stuff on your teeth, and you need to control it with tartar control.
No, Jason. It's a type of skirt that a man can wear.
That's a tartan.
It's a sauce that you put fish in.
Yes. It's all of those things. Now,
it's a little French open-faced sandwich.
What is cobbler, Jason?
You know, I've had sex with a few tarts. Sorry, I'm just trying
to do a crab joke.
Just hanging out. Yeah, right. I know. Fuck. I gotta.
What is cobbler?
It's a peach cobbler.
No, Jason. It's someone who fixes shoes.
Yes.
Fix shoes as well.
Yes.
So, do you
Very
know about the
versatile.
peach cobbler?
I love a peach cobbler. I've been. You could say that about me. I've been known to enjoy a peach cobbler from time to time. Why? Are you coming at me with one?
A guy in Red Banks, Mississippi, Logan Novascone, says he made his usual stop at JoJo's Travel Center.
Yeah.
To pick up a Coca-Cola. And
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, that's what we call them growing up.
Okay.
Get a Coca-Cola.
That's real, man. You know.
Yeah. The customer in front of him at the checkout was pissed off because there was not enough peaches in his peach cobbler, and he was going off on the woman there, and
she didn't make the cobbler.
Right. Logan, who comes to that store all the time, he knows the women there. In his words, he said, that is disrespectful. He was cursing her out, so I put my Coke on the counter. I was like, dude, you aren't going to talk to them like that. That's when the cobbler guy went to his car and got his gun and started shooting at at poor Logan.
You should know when a man complains about not enough peaches in his cobbler.
Yeah.
That he's an edgy guy in the first place.
Yeah, it's not about the cobbler.
It's right. It's not. It's not about the peaches. It's not about the cobble. It's just about life and how bad it is. It's like that weird gay guy that challenged me to a fight in the locker room naked. I mean, like, this wasn't about me.
Right.
It was about his day and how bad it was and how small his genitals were.
Logan said, over some peaches? You want to shoot me over some peaches?
Yeah, that's what you say to a guy that does that.
But he dove behind a dumpster. Cobbler man fired a total of 7 shots. Logan took one in the back.
Oh my God, Cobble!
He's going to be okay, but the
man, how are you okay from a shot in the back?
Cobbler man has been arrested on attempted murder charges.
Yep, that's what that is.
Yeah, so, you know, dude said he would do it again 100%.
What, fight the guy for cobbler?
Yeah. Fighting over cobbler.
He would do it again 100%.
Oh, blackberry cobbler. Now that's the shit.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Being shot. I don't know. Never been shot.
And that's today's edition of Tartar Sauce.
Which is going to be a big thing.
A couple other...
No, really, why did you ask about tartar sauce?
Because I was thinking about cobbler and how that could mean different things. I didn't know if Jason would know what a cobbler being the dessert would
No, I
mean.
get it. I'm stupid.
That made me think
why
about
why would a hand surgeon listen to me?
No, but cobbler is like a southern
Classic
thing.
sense.
I didn't know if you would know about that. And then tartar, it made me think about tartar, how tartar could be a bunch of different things.
Trying to bamboozle the chef. Okay.
Speaking of tartar, John McCain revealed in his book, The Restless Wave, that he regrets picking the former Alaskan governor, Sarah Palin, as running mate in the 2008 presidential election. And
Duh.
apparently Palin is really bummed about that. Well, she's going through all the steps, denial and all that. She says, hearing this news is like a perpetual gut punch every time she hears about it. She told a British newspaper that maybe ghostwriters wrote that part of the book. She says she thinks John McCain himself doesn't believe that she was a drag on his campaign.
Even though he says it in his book?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Because he has told her, he has indicated otherwise to her personally over the years.
So she says.
So he waited until he wasn't saying it to her face and he was just putting it in the book.
That doesn't seem like I'm not talking shit on that guy. He's too diesel.
Yeah.
I back him 100%.
I
And she
do too.
sucks. And she did fucking suck it. When she showed up, it wrote everything off. She was a fucking moron.
You're right, because he wanted to choose Lieberman as his running mate, which would have been kind of crazy, right?
Well, it would have been sort of like historic, at least in our lifetime, because Lieberman was like a Democratic-leaning independent. I think he had been elected as a Democrat and then formally made himself an independent.
But he was a Democrat, basically, yeah.
He wasn't a Republican. So, like, we're all saying, like, why are we always being so divisive? Why are we have so much in common and shit like that? He was going to be a Republican running essentially a Democrat.
Which is...
So it would have been cool, potentially.
Yeah. I may have voted for that because I love John McCain. I thought he was great up until he picked Sarah
Me
Palin.
too.
And if he took that bold of a step, I would have thought, okay, this is a guy who is ready to make some shit happen.
Me too.
Oh, well.
Way to go, Sarah Palin.
In other tartar news, what started as a potential relationship on a dating site...
Yes, ended in murder. He ate her.
Worse than murder, Jason.
No, there's not.
Police say the victim met the 31-year-old woman who lives in Phoenix online. He went on a date with her, And soon after that, things started going nuts.
Wait, is this the text message lady?
Yes.
We discussed her yesterday.
Oh, yeah. 65,000. But did you read the texts?
About not every single one of them.
Yeah, but it's
only a 3-hour show, Will.
I wasn't here yesterday.
You weren't.
But I just thought, man, this is like someone that I have gone out with before.
Good in bed, though, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, exactly.
They have the most insane orgasms.
Yeah, no. It's
I mean,
great.
double entendre. It works both ways.
On yesterday's show, did you guys talk about the thing that happened at Daytona Beach International Airport this morning?
No, smart ass.
Well, it's been cleared. A man entered the airport this morning just before 6 a.m. He went straight into the women's restroom because, you can do that now. And anyway, the restroom was under construction, and he took off all his clothes, and he jumped up on the conveyor belt that leads the luggage into the big hole in the wall and tried to make it under the tarmac, and police tased him, and then he said, I planted a bomb in the bathroom, and they thought there was a bomb in there for a little while.
But it
no,
wasn't.
he's just
pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy person.
Yeah, take everything a naked guy says with a grain of salt.
Psychiatric evaluation.
What did Luis J. Gomez do, Andrew? Oh, he's got a sparring video. Wait, who's he hitting?
One of his interns.
Man, he's being kind of mean. Wait, can Luis J. Gomez punch?
That guy just switched stances.
He can. Wait, Wow, he beat up his... Wait, did you say it's an intern?
I don't know if it's a real corporation, so they have to follow like certain rules, but yeah.
All right, well,
So it could just be his little buddy.
Who's the guy that he's fighting? Does he have a video yet?
Not that I've seen.
I mean, so far, what I just saw then looks like Luis J. Gomez plans on actually standing up a little bit before he takes to the ground. That's right. First ever mixed martial arts fight in Ellis Mania history. Ellis Mania 15, August 24th, 26th. It is a done deal, too. I signed a contract, so don't... Nice. I saw somebody say, oh, it changes the date. We get better every year, so I only changed it once this time, right?
Let me just mention one other thing in the news.
If anybody wants to fight, sorry, Will.
Yeah.
EllisMania15@gmail.com. That's where you send the video. Thank you.
Ellismania 15. The number's 15, not the word.
Yeah, the number. Sorry. Thank you, Will.
I just read this thing, and I thought, yes, we're definitely living in the future now. There's an article about China and buildup of military stuff. It says anti-satellite missiles and orbiting killer satellites, swarms of attack drones, hypersonic missiles, maneuvering warheads, lasers, and high-speed rail guns that work on some kind of magnetic system.
What's a rail gun?
It's, I think, didn't the Germans...
you said laser like it was nothing, too.
I know.
You said laser in there, right?
What happened to Rods from Gods?
Who?
From God. Remember the thing where they were going to drop those like ridiculous steel pillars from space wherever they wanted?
Maybe they're still doing that.
Wow.
Who knows?
Steel pillars from space?
We talked about it years ago.
Oh,
Somebody reminded me of it recently on social media. Rods from God.
I think the Germans, didn't they invent the railgun back in World War II? And... but yeah, they're using electromagnets and stuff now to launch these things.
Wow.
Projectiles.
Okay. Well, it seems like everyone has so many missiles that fly into stuff. We're always working on that.
Yeah, that's what missiles do.
We're always blowing people up. You know? What is that?
If we have to.
Well, we have to... you hope that you never really have to use it all out, obviously, even stopping short of... Even if I hope I never even have to use everything but our nukes.
Right.
But if we don't develop that stuff and somebody else does, then, unfortunately you need to have mutually assured destruction.
Or we're the bitch.
You just got to try and enjoy your day, man.
Yeah.
If you love somebody, you should tell them, and if you don't love somebody, you should jerk off in the mirror with Speedos.
If you love someone, you should set them free, is what I always heard.
Well, that's because you're a prick, Will.
You should find a consenting adult who chooses to do sex work and pay them to have sex with them.
Yeah, before it's too late.
It's the weekend, after all. So
everyone's doing it now. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Enjoy the fights and stuff. Thanks for listening to us. Don't die.
Sorry, I had asked about news stories that happened that you guys talked about yesterday.